Esta es Elena. A Elena se le ha metido una canción en la cabeza. Esa canción tan...
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know. Initiative and
Hello.
hello. My
Yes, I can
voice
hear
on
you.
up.
Yes, we are live. We are live. So please put on your cameras. We are live.
Yeah, I thought I was in. Let me go back and see.
Yeah, please.
Hold
You
on.
can put on the camera. We are live,
Yeah,
right?
I'm here. I'm here.
Dr. Nelly, your camera is off. Okay. I'm not doing that.
Hello, Muno.
Your camera is off.
Greetings. Hello, Muno. Hello, Muno. Greetings. Hello, Muno.
Tell Dr. Nelly to put on my camera. Tell Dr. Nelly to put on my camera.
everybody. No, I can't see you. Can you let Brother please?
I'm letting you know. I have already done that.
Okay.
I'm on the noisy and no one side the Mukosi.
No. Hello, everyone. Hello. Where's the noise coming from? Somebody should mute. If noise is coming from someone.
When you tell them, we can turn it up.
Oh, come on, play this one. Where is it coming from?
Maybe it's from me. I don't know.
Let me remove it. Let me take myself. Take your gadget. Take your gadget. It's coming from somewhere.
Yeah, it's not me.
Take that side, please. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not me.
I don't think it's you. Yeah.
Let me log out and log back in. I just want to make sure I'm not the one. All right, stop.
Yes, good. I've let him in. I don't think his camera is not on. Hello, Biafran. Wonderful people, great people, Biafrans. We are here once again. Thank you so much. Good to see you, Mazero Molo. Good to see you. Good to see you, Traditional Wokedi. More in diaspora. Good to see you. Ezamwai. Good to see your beautiful face again.
Thank you very much.
Good to see you.
To be here.
Our brother Nnanna, I can't hear him. It's not showing. So good to see you also. Wonderful people. Today is a great day. It's another great day. Please, as you're coming in, share this program. We are taking back what belongs to us. We are taking back our history, our culture. We are going back to who we were before the white man came. Whether anybody like it or not, it's already done this time around. You are just welcome. You are welcome. I believe we're going to start immediately because Mazi Eromolo has 2 hours. You have 2 hours to stay with us today?
Yes.
2 hours, so we're going to do it straight. We're going to give him time. You already know him. And he will also introduce himself to people that don't know him already. And he's one of us. He's our brother. He's our brother. We are uniting again to go back to our land and take what belongs to us. Yes, so he will give us, we'll give him time. Like how many minutes are we going to give Mazi Nwankwo to just give us that speech? How many minutes are you going to take? Do we give you up to 30, 45 minutes to lecture us? Then we take, tell me, Mazi. Mazi, go ahead.
Well,
Can you let
are you addressing me?
Yes, Mazi Romono. I'm addressing you.
I don't know how long.
Okay, because
speech I can make. I can talk about some things. I don't know exactly what I am supposed to talk about, but I can briefly introduce myself to you. My name is.
In, please.
I've left him. Sorry, Mazi. I've let him in. I don't know. Maybe tell him to log in and log out again. I've done that severally. So he log in and log out again, and also I'll try to see what is going on. Yeah, tell him to do that right now. So I will give you time. Yeah. So because you have important things to tell us, I'm going to give you time to address us. And Biafrans, please let me tell you how it's going to go. No, nobody's going to interrupt anybody here. We'll allow him to give us what he has for us today. And now when you are calling in, please be cordial. You know we are cordial people. You know we are Biafrans. We behave well. We are trained from our mother's womb. When you are calling in, mind the language you use. When you are calling in, only call in to ask questions. Don't call in to oppose or you have your own ideology. I've told you, if you have your own ideology, be our guest here. But for now, Mazi Enwomolo is the one talking. He is our guest. He's the one talking. So ask questions based on what he is about to tell us today. And I would like us to start immediately. And then, like I said, we'll have questions. I'm hosting this thing with Dr. Nelly, and we are going to wait and listen to them to dish out what they have for us. After that, I'll give our SMO Traditional Wokedi 20 minutes to talk. Then we have another brother here. We're trying to bring him in, Mazi Nnanna. It's the first time he's coming here. We also give him like 20 minutes also to address us. Then we take our questions.
Okay, shall we begin?
Yeah, we have to begin. Yeah.
Okay. My name is Sidney Davis. My name is Sidney Lewis Davis Jr. I am from Boston, Massachusetts. On my bio, on my written bio, you will see that I was born in Kittery, Maine, which is just north of, about an hour north of Boston. My orientation with respect to Africa, Nigeria, Igbo land, Biafra, begins in May of 2012, when I first came to Nigeria to meet, support, and to partner with the Catherine Achilonu Research Center, which was at that time in Abuja. And we were partners. Catherine Achilonu and I were partners in research. We co-authored together the book Eden and Suma on the Niger. Eden and Suma on the Niger. Catherine had previously published 3 other books, which was a trilogy. They Lived Before Adam, and 2 other books. Hold on just for a moment. Let me see if I can get them. Hold on.
I'm trying to get Nnanna in, but I don't think it's becoming difficult. I don't know what's going on, so I don't know.
So this was the first book that I read that introduced me to who the Igbo were.
Written by Dr. Catherine Achilonu. Yes? Yeah.
Professor Caterina Achilonu.
Yeah.
This was the first book I read. And it was the first book that I challenged her about with regard to the Igbo. After I read that book, then I read this one.
The ground code.
If you see that, you can see there's a picture of the monolith in Cross River State. After I read this one, I decided that I would go to Cross River State and see the monoliths for myself. And when I did that, I made some stone rubbings of the monoliths. I don't know if you all know what stone rubbings are, but I'll explain to you that it's what you put some parchment or you put some paper or something and you cover the stone and then you trace over it with carbon, lead, or some other thing. And it leaves the impression on the paper what's on the stone.
Yeah.
Now, I was the first person to have ever done that. And when I went to Cross River State, and I did those etchings on about, I guess, maybe 10, between 20 and 15 of the monoliths. They're in a circle. They form a circle there, in the Cross River State area where they are situated. And when I bought those rubbings back to Catherine and I displayed them, I put them all on the wall and I displayed them, she was in awe, absolute shock, because the rubbings showed something that you cannot see with the naked eye. And the book, the Graham Code, the gram code of the African atom. Of course, it's talking about the Igbo. And it's talking about the code. If you look at that monolith, you can see this illustrations on the monolith. No one knows how those markings were made on this stone. There's no technology that can reproduce this type of illustration that you see written on this stone here. And what you see on this stone is a code. Can you all still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hearing you.
It's a code. It's actually a language. It's an ancient language in code that is very ancient, millions, well, I'll just say thousands of years old. And in it describes the code describes the origin and the history of the autochthonous people of the land, the forest people. These are representation of the earliest people that lived in Igbo land, what we call Biafra land. This is a representation of their language, their art, and of themselves. These were little people. These were what we call today the dwarfs or the pygmies. These were the original inhabitants of Biafra or Igbo land. Igbo land was called Biafra anciently. On the ancient cartographers, you will see that it's called the median of Biafra. And anciently, those who lived in that portion of West Africa understood it to be the center of civilization, or the umbilical, or the umbulus, the belly button of the world. And so I went there and I studied these things, and Catherine was very impressed with the rubbings I made because it shows some aspects about the ancient writings and some of the things that they were what they were talking about that doesn't appear readily available in recorded documentation of the history of the Igbo. So she took it, and she was the only one who was able to read these stones, Catherine. She was the only one who was able to read these stones. And the book explains exactly how she was able to interpret it. And we found out that it formed the basis of language. She had put forth the idea that the Igbo language was the earliest language that was spoken on the planet. It was not Hebrew. It was not Hebrew. Hebrew is not a language that the Igbo language comes from. The Igbo language does not come from Hebrew. The Hebrew language comes from Igbo.
Igbo language, yeah. The Hebrew comes from Igbo language. True.
In fact, everything on this planet.
Can you see me now?
Begins in Igbo land.
Yes, we can see you.
Okay, I turned off the computer. It might be from the computer.
Okay, yeah, it's the computer.
So my research was to show the ancient heritage of the Igbo people. One of the people that I was able to have I'll call him one of my teachers in Igbo land, next to Catherine, was the author of this book. after God is Dibia. It is written by one of the greatest Dibia in Igbo land today. I believe he's still here. Dr. Ume. This book is book 1, volume 1. I have both volumes. There's 2 volumes. So he taught me a lot about Afa, the ancient spirituality of the Igbo people. And so one of the things we learned about the origin and the antiquity of Igbo land, of the Igbo people, was the sacred location that we call OBU UGA. Am I saying it correct?
Obuga.
No, it's not Obugad, my brother. That's a corruption.
Obuga.
There's no such thing as Obugad. It's OBU UGA.
It's in AGULERI.
It's not Obugad. That Obugad is a corruption of the Igbo language. Listen.
Yeah.
We're talking about the sacredness of the Igbo language and what is happening to the Igbo language that is being bastardized by concepts that are foreign to not just Igbo land, but to Africa. They're foreign to Africa. Never mind just Igbo land. They're just foreign to Africa. They're foreign to black people. OBU UGA has a meaning. I don't know what OBU Gad means in Igbo. What does Gad mean in Igbo? Can someone tell me? Just the name or the term.
That's right.
Gad. What is Gad? What Igbo meaning is Gad? Don't go to the Bible to try to tell me what that meaning is, because the Igbo language is older than the Bible. It is older than Hebrew. So don't go to the Hebrew to try to tell me what the Igbo meaning for Gad is, if even Gad is a Igbo word. Now I need you to tell me, you native Igbo speakers, what does the term Gad mean in Igbo?
Yeah. If you put I behind the D, then we have Igbo meanings. But if you remove I,
yes, I know
it's
Gadi.
not Igbo. It's
I'm not
not
talking
Igbo
about Gadi.
again.
I'm talking about Gad, not Gadi. Gad.
Not the God in the Bible.
The corruption is not Obu Gadi.
Obigade.
Obu Gad.
Hello. Agwai. Good evening.
So traditional.
Hey.
Sorry. Obi Uga is where the people are passing. Uga is where people moving. Obi Uga, people is passing away. People is passing by. You know, it's like Obi, where people are passing, you know, Obi Uga.
Yes, I understand.
I'm not from AGULERI. I'm from Aguata. Oda Aguata. Yeah, I'm not from AGULERI. AGULERI people have.
You're telling me the meaning of Obu Uga. You're telling me the meaning of Obu Uga. That's what you're telling me right now. What is the meaning of Obu Gad? What does Obu Gad mean? What does Gad mean in Igbo? Not Gadi, just Gad.
God basically is not an Igbo.
God is not Igbo. God is not Igbo name.
Thank you. I rest my case. Now let me continue.
Uga is Igbo. God is not Igbo. Uga is Igbo.
Traditional Kedi gave us a little bit of an insight about what Obu Uga means. That is an ancient name, Obu Uga. It represents the very first dwelling place of man, the transition point between the one world and the next world. That's what Obu Uga represents. The transition between one world and the next world is right there at the throne of ERI. Now, the throne of ERI, maybe some of you have seen the picture of the throne of ERI. It's a mud throne, but it has been overcast in cement to keep it from deteriorating, from breaking down. But no one sits on that throne. No one, because it belongs to ERI. The next thing is, there's an ancient tradition is associated with OBU UGA. Anyone who's to be the Ezenri has to go to OBU UGA in order to receive that title. The Eze Ora is the one who bestows that title on the Ezenri. You can say, to use a vulgar parlance, that the Eze Ora is the kingmaker, so to speak. Now, what the Ezenri had to go through in order to become an Ezenri was he had to be buried. He had to be buried right there at OBU UGA. He was buried in OBU UGA, and he was resurrected in 3 days. Mm-hmm. When he came out of that grave after 3 days, he was the Ezenri. All right, so this is associated with OMAMBALA because someone had to go to OMAMBALA to go into the river, to go into the sacred water, and to bring back something from that water.
Yeah, it's true. You're right.
And to give it to the Ezenri, and then he was buried. And after 3 days, he was, so to speak, metaphorically speaking, resurrected, and he assumed his title. He assumed his position. So that is the importance of OBU UGA. It is the transition from, as it were, life to death, from the old world to the new world, from the antediluvian world into the present world, from one age to the new age. That is the point. That is what OBU UGA stands for. It has nothing to do with.
Oh God, yeah, it's true. Now we understand it.
This understanding of Abu God is recent. This is something that came into Igbo land of recent. I have all the documentation of how it came into use. Now, the Eze Ora, His Majesty, Chukwu Emeka ERI, has a passion for the Igbo language. If you've ever heard him speak, he always punctuates his address with how we need to preserve the Igbo language. But I don't know how you can preserve the Igbo language when you change the name of an ancient place of OBU UGA, Abu UGA, to Abu Gad. That's a violation of the Igbo language. It is a bastardization of the Igbo language. It is a prostitution of the Igbo language. In fact, there's a lot of our traditions that have suffered from this calamity. There's a lot of our traditions that are very ancient, that are more ancient than any civilization that is alive. We are in danger of losing this because we're forgetting our language, and we're bastardizing it by the acculturation of other cultures that are foreign to our culture. Now, I am not a person who is trying to downgrade or attack other cultures, because culture is dynamic by its very nature. The culture of our people today is not what it was a million years ago. So cultures change over time. It's okay. But we have to be careful how we bastardize the culture. We don't want to bastardize the culture by outside influences that are inimical or that are against what our native culture is, what our native, especially our native language. So and I'm not going to bash any religion. I'm not going to bash Christianity. I'm not going to bash Islam or Judaism. But I will tell you this. When an African finds God through a foreign religious experience, and that is what describes us right now. We are Africans, we are Black Americans, we are Native Africans who have been colonized. We are all the victim of colonization right now. I'm a victim of colonization. I'm a victim of slavery. My ancestors were slaves. They were taken from Igbo land and they were brought here to this country. And all of us slaves were born into Christianity. Okay. Now, we didn't have a choice. But my brothers over there, you all had a choice. Now, I'm not condemning the fact that, in spite of the fact that you were colonized and had a choice and you chose Christianity, I'm not going to condemn that. I'm not going to put you down for that. But it is nevertheless the truth that it was not forced on you like it was forced on us. But regardless of whether it was taken upon us by force or whether it was chosen by, you made a choice to accept it, Christianity, or whatever religion it is that you may hold to. But what you must understand is this. When an African finds God through a foreign religious experience, his journey is not yet complete until he can place that experience within the context of his own culture and ancestry. We have to understand what our culture is and what our ancestry is, and understand how what we have accepted or what has been forced upon us fits into that culture and that ancestry. So this is the work that I have been going about personally, and it's the work that I've been doing through my research. I'm trying to understand the Bible because I was born a Christian. I am presently, I call myself a professional Jew at the present time. I'm not born a Jew, but I profess Judaism. I am not born a Jew. I thought I was at one time. I had that myth in my mind, like some of you do, that I was from Israel or whatever. I had that myth, but it's only a myth that has no truth to it. It's just a myth. But even that myth, even what I understood as a Christian and what I understand right now as a Jew, I have to understand that within the context of my own Igbo culture and my own Igbo ancestry. So that is what I do, and that is what I teach. Now, when I started doing my research, I found out that what we call Christianity today, if you knew the original form, see what has happened is that the missionaries bought you your own culture. And they remodeled it, put some decorations and some diamonds and jewels on it, and they gave it back to you. And this is what you accept right now. The form of Christianity that you're practicing right now, the form of Judaism that you're practicing right now is was yours anciently, but not in the way that you have it. When you read the early church fathers, Augustine, Cyprian, Tertullian, those of you who are Christian seminarians or historians or scholars know these people. These are the ancient church fathers. These were Africans. The Bible was in Africa before it went to Europe. The Bible is an African book. Christianity is an African religion that was exported to Europe. And then Europe got it and exported it back to you all. So that you forgot what your original religion was now. And you think that what was understood and what was being practiced by your ancestors was devil worship and idol worship and fetishism and all of these negative epithets that they have ascribed to our culture and to our spirituality. It was categorized as evil, demonic, devilish. That is how they categorized our ancestors. The spirit of our ancestors were the spirits of devils. Our culture was a demonic culture. And so this is how we received Christianity. The first book that was ever published in Igbo land. Who can tell me the first book that was ever published in Igbo land?
Viewers, if you know it, you can write it down. He's asking a question.
Yeah, what was the first book that was ever published in Igbo land? I'm talking about a book. The first book that was ever published in Igbo land. Can someone tell me?
Do you mean with the letter you did there, or the way that our fathers used to write right from the ancient?
Well, you know, you can take your pick. You can take the first book that was written. You can take the first book that was written in English, that was published in English, or you can take the first book that was published in Igbo. Either one. What was that book?
The book that was published by Igbo was Sefa or Seha, which means to draw them. And it is what is being burnt as a devil. And
Okay,
that's not what
do you know who published that book, my brother?
the Igbo people, it depends. I don't know what timeline you're looking at.
Well, just take me for what I'm saying. I'm not speaking in parables. I'm not speaking in mystery.
I'm speaking Igbo. I'm speaking Igbo and interpreting it in English.
I'm speaking by historical facts. You have to have a publishing.
Somebody said Bible. Do you agree? Somebody said in CBD. In CBD.
That's right.
Yeah. Yes, I agree with that.
The first book that was published in Igbo land was the Bible.
Yes.
Yeah.
And do you know how the Igbo were taught English?
Come again.
Do you know how the Igbo learned the English language? When they were teaching you, your ancestors, English in schools, like your great-grandfather and so on, do you know how they were taught English?
Through the Bible?
That's right. Your English was taught from the Bible. And the first thing that you learned how to read as a book was the Bible. This was the beginning of the zapping of the African mind. This was the beginning of the zapping of the Igbo mind with language. Your corruption began with the language. And then what they did, they translated the Bible into the Igbo language. You have an Igbo Bible. Did you know that? I have it. That's one of the first things I did when I came to Igbo land. I bought me an Igbo Bible.
There is Igbo Bible.
And you know what? You need to study how that Bible was translated. If you were to study how the Igbo Bible was written, you would cry. Because that's what I did when I studied it. When I studied how the Igbo Bible was translated from English to the Igbo, I sat back and I cried for a while. Now, I'm only talking about this because this session that we're involved in right now has to do with the Igbo language. We need to save the Igbo language, and I say we, even though I cannot read Igbo fluently. I'm not an Igbo speaker. I'm not an Igbo reader. But even I, who am someone that was not born in Igbo land and does not know the Igbo language, me as one who has gone far away from his homeland and has been separated from his culture for hundreds of years, I am telling you that you don't know the holiness and the importance of your language.
Of our language.
Of the Igbo language. You don't understand it. You don't understand what you're talking about when you talk Igbo. You don't know. You don't understand the sacredness of the not just the words, even the letters. Now, I only have a smidgen of the language. I only have a smidgen of the knowledge. I wish that I was born in Igbo land and I got the information that I got before I came to Igbo land, because you wouldn't be able to touch me. And the things that I learned from the Afa language, the Igbo language, do you know Afa? You know Afa is a sacred spirituality, the native spirituality of our people, Afa, right?
Yes.
Well, Igbo is Afa. Can you speak Afa?
No.
This Dibia is a fluent Afa speaker. He's making an Afa. The last time I saw Dr. Ume, he was making a Afa dictionary, and he was on his 14th volume. He wasn't going to publish it piecemeal. He wasn't going to publish it piecemeal. He was going to wait until it was finished. And I imagine he's still working on it, and it's going to be the thing that will testify to his life. But these are things that, if they're not out yet, and if they're not known yet, they will come out. So there's a great revelation about to come out with respect to what our language is about and what it means. When I talk to you about OBU UGA being the sacred place in Igbo land that symbolizes the transition from one place to another place, or the transition from one world to another world, or the transition from death to life. That is what all that means. The idea of the resurrection is not a Bible idea. It is much ancient than the New Testament, much ancient than Jesus, much more ancient than Judaism. In fact, I will tell you that the Jesus that we read about is telling an ancient story. The New Testament is actually a very ancient story. It's not new. It's a very ancient story. You can find the same story written in Egypt on the hieroglyphics. The same story. If you were to go deep into the Igbo culture, you will find it. You will even find it in the Igbo culture. What I'm saying is that Augustine and Tertullian, these were African church fathers, had indicated that Christianity, when rightly understood, is nothing new. This is what they said. They said, when you understand Christianity for what it is, you will understand that it is nothing new. It is the same thing which our ancients believed. Now, you won't make that association of what the Bible is talking about to what our ancients believe, because you don't know what the ancients believed. If you were to understand what the ancients believed, then when you read the Bible, you would be able to understand the Bible within your own culture and your own ancestry, not somebody else's culture and not somebody else's ancestry, because what they did, they gave you something and told you, oh, your ancestry is from here. That's not true. Your ancestry is from the ground. You're standing on your ancestry. Those of you who are in Igbo land, you're standing on it. Your history, you're standing on it. It is not. It is not. It is not in this book right here. Your ancestry is not in this book. This is a book written by Jews, about Jews, and for Jews. This book right here, we call it the Bible. It was written in the Hebrew language. I know Hebrew. I'm a graduate of Hebrew College. I have a master's degree in Jewish studies. I attended and matriculated Hebrew College for 7 years. And I got a very good Jewish education, let me tell you. And I learned Hebrew. And I learned that before I came to Igbo land. Before I came to Igbo land, I was a full-fledged professional Jew and wanted nothing to do with anything African, except for the fact that I believe that the ancient faith that we call Christianity or Judaism originated in Africa. I went to Hebrew College to prove that. I went to Hebrew College to prove the African origins of Judaism. Okay. So when we understand that this Bible here, it began in Africa. I'm sorry for the beat up appearances of this Bible. It came from Africa. All right. The Christianity you have was delivered to you by white missionaries. And so we call it a white man's religion. Well, it's a white man's religion because the white man took it and remodeled it and turned it around and then gave it to you and made you believe that it was a white man's religion. But the Bible has a more ancient tradition in Africa than it does in Europe. If you try to tell the Ethiopians that Christianity is a white man's religion, they're going to laugh at you. Don't tell an Ethiopian that Christianity is a white man's religion. Ethiopia was the first Christian nation on the planet. Ethiopia was a Christian nation before any Christian nation in Europe. Ethiopia has a Bible that is 80 books in their Bible, 80. So they have a very ancient tradition. But the Christianity of the Ethiopians is not the Christianity that the Igbos worship right now. It's not Catholicism. It's not Methodism. It is not baptism. It is not Episcopalianism. All those are European renditions of the Bible faith or the Bible interpretation. But we need to understand. We need to understand what we call the Bible, or what we call these religions within the context of our own culture and our own ancestry. You have to have an appreciation of what Igbo is. You have to have an appreciation of what Afa is. You have to have an appreciation for your native Omenala. You have to have an appreciation of that before you can have an appreciation of what the religion that you were given. Because when you are able to see that, then you will be able to read this with understanding and not think that what you're reading in here is about you or your ancestry. It's not. So when we look at what it is that is truly ours, that belongs to us, then we will be able to know how to navigate through the maze of the effects of colonization upon our people and upon our minds. So I'm going to rest right now with my introduction, and I'll be very, very pleased and happy to take your questions. I want to give some attention to Nnanna
Ozuruigbo.
Because I looked at one of his videos that was sent to me by Ezuan Nelly. I looked at it, and I asked 3 questions on the YouTube channel where it appeared. I asked my brother 3 questions. I don't know if he was able to see those questions, but I would like to know if he did see those questions and if he could answer them.
I've not looked at it.
Okay. All right. Well, this is something that you put on your YouTube channel, and I made 3 comments on that, and you haven't noticed it. You haven't seen it. All
yes,
right?
sir. I never seen it.
Well, then let me ask for clarification, if you don't mind. You made reference to an important event. I was not able to understand everything you said, but you made reference to an important event that took place on February. I'm not sure if it's February the 2nd, 1885 or 1883. Some event that happened on
1835.
Yeah, what was that event? What happened on that? What was so significant about that date?
That date was the time that Lord Macaulay was studying how to, colonize and partition and colonize Africa. So what he did was he was making a proposal based on his studies to the British Parliament on how to defeat, make Africa a conquered people, and it's by taking away.
I'm familiar with that. I am familiar with that. I am familiar with that. I know about this, and based upon my research and on my studies, that is less than accurate. Matter of fact, I might come out and say it is an outright misfabrication. It is a misrepresentation. That I've seen this meme about Macaulay making this speech to Parliament about India, and then they changed it around and put Africa. That is fake news, my brother. That thing never happened. That never existed. Lord Macaulay never made such a speech. And if you look at that meme that shows you the picture of Lord Macaulay, and you look at the real Lord Macaulay, you will see that they're not the same people. Now, I know that this may sound incredulous to you all, that I'm telling you something that you may never heard before, and you might not even believe what I say. But what I will do, I will put the proof on the on our WhatsApp group. I will put the proof to tell you what I'm telling you about. There is no important event that took place on that day. Now, I want to ask you another question, brother. Nnanna Ozuruigbo. You said something about the first written constitution that the Igbos had ever written. You made reference to that. What was that? What was that constitution?
I can't, I'm not a scholar, and I'm not I didn't study from people. I studied from the heaven above, and I studied from my father. My grandfather was what is called the preacher, was a prince. Burichi, Buadaka, Shiozo. These are the people who used to rule the world. But, you know, I am come here to make a presentation, not to, you know, put anybody on the spot or be put on the spot. Because what we're doing here, what makes this important here is that the objective is that we're coming back to the Most High. To quote Ikabia, Eke Kroa. We're coming back to him. When you talked about Alpha, Alpha is what our people do as a prophet. So, but the thing is that I learned from my fathers. I learned from the ancient. And what I'm trying to explain is what I'm given for the proof.
My question
But I don't have the proof.
Yes, my question is, what
He
was
said he doesn't have the proof.
Alpha is not a prophecy.
Yeah, I want to know what the Constitution was.
Okay, look. I came to make a presentation. I didn't know we're coming to make a debate.
No.
It's not a debate.
A question. My question is this. What was the Igbo Constitution?
No. I came here to give you a study of what was given to me, a message. I came here to give you a message. That's what I came to.
I appreciate that, and I'm sure that you will give you a message, but I'm only asking a question. I'm not trying to put you down.
But what kind of question? You said, the other person saying,
of something you said about the Igbo wrote the first constitution or something to that effect. I just want to know what it is.
I
think he needs a clarification.
You know, listen. If you're not reading that about the covenant, if you're not reading about and if your father didn't serve Chuku, and you don't know, what I'm trying to do is explain to you what the covenant means, because I served with my father. I'm just giving you a message of what I know, not what somebody else came to tell me. Because one thing this Biafra thing need to teach us is Nnanna Kanu has given us. He's like a trumpeter. He has given us clues. Even he may not know all the clues he has given us, but he has given us a lot of clues. The white man just teach you what he wants you to remember, and not to think, properly on your own. So everything you're saying here, almost all this thing is what you studied as a scholar, and I appreciate it. The most important thing there is that we're going back to that covenant. That's what is important. What you're doing here is that you're trying to seek that root, which is very important. But all the other things, and the putting on the spot and acting like you're trying though. You're trying.
I don't know.
But the man from America knows more than you.
I'm not.
No, you don't know that. You don't know that.
The man knows more than you.
I'm the one moderating.
Answer the question he asked you.
Listen, stop that your Igbo.
Very simple.
Stop that your
You
Igbo
don't know
stuff. I know
you don't know it because we are learning.
We
are learning.
We are learning, but
I may help.
But you don't.
Or the man who asked the question may help.
Oh my God.
No, this thing you don't. You see,
Mr. Nnanna, can I moderate this thing?
Yes.
Please allow me, please.
I'm not a Judaism though. I'm not a Judas.
Oh my God! Can you allow me to moderate? I am the one.
Yes, I'm not a Jew. I'm not a Jew.
Nnanna, please. Okay, since there's a contradicting opinion here, can we give you time next time to come and make a presentation, because we need to follow. We need to follow what he just said, and people will ask questions, because I think it's a contradicting opinion.
We're here to learn.
Can I say some questions? Which I have my questions to ask. Other people have their questions to ask. But if it's going this way, you say you came for a presentation, maybe you come next Saturday and give us that presentation.
I only asked my brother the question.
No, SMI needs to clarify something.
Yeah.
Luemuna asked a question. I don't think he's putting anybody on the spot.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah.
He wants to find out what that constitution is.
Yes.
I think Nnanna has the answer to that. There is the first constitution. We Igbos gave the world the first constitution. So I think Prince Luemuna should find out.
Yes.
Yeah, to explain what that constitution. I have an idea, but I think he's trying to kind of get a heads up from you, and maybe he has something else to add onto it. So it's not
I
like
think it's important to establish, because we know that the Igbo are the ones who originated democracy.
Exactly.
It wasn't Athens, it wasn't Greece, it was Igbos. The Igbos were the ones who established democracy. My brother makes videos that he puts on YouTube that explains what his message is and what his, what his teaching is. And that's why I asked him on his own platform, but I didn't get an answer because he said he didn't see it.
I've not
So
checked it.
I just wanted to get it here while I have
Okay.
Why
Can I try?
No,
Hold
hold on.
Can I try?
Hold on. Mazi Romolo, you say you have 2 hours to be with us here, and Mazi Nnanna came for a presentation. So I'm going to give time for people to ask you questions, and I open the line. They'll ask you question before your time.
Yes, because I have
So I
15
think that's
minutes
the best
left.
thing. Then we can hear from Mazi
Yes.
Nnanna.
I have 15 minutes.
Is here with us, so we can finish up. Because of your time, you told me you have other.
Yes, I have another obligation. Matter of fact.
Yeah. So
I
please,
should be here now, but I told them I'd be an hour late.
As a more in diaspora, so say what you want to say. If you have a question, then Dr. Nelly can take over. Where is Azuka?
Well, what I
today's program today's program is very, very interesting because
Very, very.
when it shows the before Adam, that is I can tell you where you will find that in Ibuku Museum. It's 1 kilometer away from where I was born. And the people they put there is the dwarf people, which is the ancient people of that land, that place in the kingdom. And there's something that happened because that during there is a time Igbo people started killing the dwarfs. But we never hear that in the kingdom kills the dwarf, but they welcome all the dwarfs. Even Oba Bini killed a lot of them to stand in that throne. But all the dwarfs were given free to come to the kingdom, that place. But the disappearance of these dwarf people is still unknown because it is in us. I don't know how to say this. I will tell you that there is a tall woman there, or tall men, who have entered relationship with those dwarfs, and they started the born tall children. And this is how we still remain there today. We know about Nwakanri. Everybody knows about Akanri, Aki Ikenga. Now, you see this? This is a son. It's a woman. It's not a. And they have this is scar faces. This is scar. This is Ichi. You see the son?
It looks like it looks like that thing on the stone in Cross River State. That's that thing. It doesn't even look like
and
the monument.
That's what. Yeah.
And this is the man they can call Igodomi Godo, or the small people. Everything that we are talking about, the man have a key in his hand, and they have this offer, and this is with somebody face. It's there, but they have the history here. There is a history here. It's a man. It's this dwarf, and this circumcised we are doing today. You can see it here that the man have also is circumcised. I keep my book, and this is the small people with the great artwork. Small people with the great artwork.
Who wrote that?
This is the dwarfs. You will see the dwarfs of Benin here. You will see the dwarfs of many villages and towns in Africa here. Before they started the evolution, I don't know how they started the manage. Every people have the history of these dwarfs. Whether they kill them, or the Benin people kill their own. Alotuko people kill their own. A lot of them killed their own. But in real, we didn't kill anybody. We didn't kill any dwarf.
Oh, you see that picture right there?
Yeah, there's a time when the dwarfs are facing persecution.
That's not okay. He's showing us a picture too.
Do you see that picture right there?
Yes.
Who is that picture?
It looks like me.
That's right.
The face is
That's right.
It looks like my
you.
face.
You know why? You know why? Because this is a West African. This is the first king of Egypt. This is a picture of the first king of Egypt. His name was Menes, M-E-N-E-S. Menes. He was the first pharaoh of Egypt. Don't believe me. I don't want you to believe anything I say.
I do. I'm ready.
Don't believe anything I say. Don't believe anything that I'm showing you right here. I want you to go Google it. Do your research on your own and own it like I own it. This is the first king of Egypt. He's an IGBO dwarf. He was a dwarf. Over 4,000 years ago, 5,000 years ago, right here.
Interesting.
Wow.
Don't believe anything I say. I say that for a reason. I don't want anyone to believe anything that I'm telling you. I want you to prove me wrong. And you will find that when you try to prove me wrong, you will prove your own self right. Because truth can afford to be fair. You don't need no decorations. It's naked. And when you see the truth, believe me, if the Spirit of God is in you, you will recognize the truth instantly.
Yeah.
So, but who is God?
Okay,
Yeah?
Gad. You're talking about the Gad that
Who is God? Is God the name of the Creator?
you're talking about G-O-D?
B. Yes.
G-O-D?
Yes.
God?
Yes.
God only has
It's
one
a
name.
dog. G-O-D.
Is that the name of the,
As a
is that the
Hebrew,
name
it's
of
a
the
dog.
Creator? That's what I'm asking.
God
Let
is
him
not
answer
the
the
name.
question, please.
God
Please,
is
I
not
want
the
him to answer
name.
it.
God is not the name of God. Elohim is not the name of God. Jehovah is not the name of God. None of those words or those names that you've been taught as a Christian or a Jew, none of them is the name of God. If you look in the Bible itself, the Jewish Bible, the Hebrew Bible tells you the name of God, and it's the same name of the IGBO God. But you don't know what that name is. I don't think any of you know what that name is.
But the Ekekro is not an author of confusion. Ekekro is not an author of confusion. Not an author of confusion.
I think that one is another topic here. That God thing, because he gave us.
What we have to do, which is very difficult for Igbo people to do, is restore Igbo culture, Igbo language.
Yes.
Igbo culture and the tradition and the history. How things have been mentioned in Igbo land before they started changing it.
Yeah.
Because many things you hear from today in Igbo language is not originally how that's supposed to be called. Like Nanka do not have a meaning, but Nanka have a meaning. Nimo have no meaning, but Ne Imo have Nimo. Nise have no meaning, but Ne Ise have a meaning. Many places, Omawobia, Ekulobia, we have to find where those Obia come from and what were the place we are called before they started changing the name. Amawobia, Ekulobia, Umuobia. You know that all these people were and we are not all Igbos. Igbos are among us. We are the ancient people. So the ancient people means Ndibo, not Ndibo. Because in the land, We have the Igbo Etiti, we have Oke Etiti, we have Ado Ekiti. Then we have Ado Nide. You may have Ide family. Ide family stand for Ide Ato, Ide Mmiri, Ide Oma, and the many Ide no Ide Ana. All this is the Ide family. Ado family, Onitsha Ado, many Ado, they have their own people. We have Olu Nibo, which is you have Olu people and Igbo people. We have many people there. But when people hide in Igbo, in this name Igbo, either they become Christian or they become a politician because they are looking for something. And this is what is causing war in that place. Anybody you put governor there, you start deceiving other people and making only their own community, or he can choose to bank the money in Switzerland bank because the people don't know their history. And they keep on destroying their ancient landmark. Sometimes they will overpower other people like Ohofia, Alojuku, and Abreba, and they kill some of their men and sell some of them to slavery and took over the land. And instead of they will start building churches instead of rebuilding the ancestral houses there. Because I believe that all the history that we are looking for is not far away from us. So those ancient traditional houses, all the history is there. We do not started writing things with alphabet. We started writing things with the signs. When you see any sign, you know the meanings, where the sign is leading you to. There are still people who understand the signs. The man who translates Igbo in CBD to alphabet is a German man. He's a German. The first alphabet that Igbo people started reading is a German translated in CBD and took some. And those in CBD, there's a powers and a lot of things hidden inside there. That is why there's some museum you wanted to go today. As a black man, you have a place that you will, when you reach there, you cannot go further. But as white people, you can go everywhere because you can see it, you don't understand what you see. But once a black man see that, you will understand this. This is the secret. Everything in the CBD is a secret code. We will get there when the time reach. But
Yeah,
let us
listen, let me tell you.
He has short time to go. I want people to ask him questions. We are here with you, Mazi and Nnanna, please. Lola, we have Ezenwani here. Ezenwani Azuka, she has not spoken. I would like to
please, can I say something?
Azuka, we here.
Yes, can I say
Mazi, good
afternoon. Your voice is it's a hidden dynamic. It's very hard. It is nice to have you here.
Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome.
Let Ezenwani, as Nelly says something, then Ezenwani Azuka will say something.
Before President Lemon step out, I need us to do a reconciliation between Eke, because we're going to find out we're saying the same thing. Eke and Abumi Hembu. Abumi Hembu means I am that I am. So, exactly. And then, yes, I'm trying to have us reconcile this because I want Nnanna to understand that if he was able to explain what Eke means. So I think we'll eventually be able to reconcile the two. Because even we know that God himself said, Abum Ihembu, I am that I am. And he is still the same one that is Eke. Eke is the creator, the one that is. So I just want us to understand that the same person, we just have the same name. It's just like I have two names, middle name and my English name, and I would say like my native name. So I am that I am is that represent that English name. Eke represent the original language, the language of. So I don't want us to have a misconception here, because basically we are talking about the same person. Eke.
Dr. Nelly,
I watch that before the prince leaves, please.
I understand what you're saying. When he asked that question, I say it's a different topic. And I believe that Mazi Eromola will have another time to come. Each time we bring out a topic that could take a longer time to explain, we will give him the opportunity to come back. But now, based on what he has spoken, because of his time, because he will soon leave, people are calling, they want to ask questions. We have Ezenwai that came in, she also have to have questions. Then next time we take that one from there, because I don't think
it's okay to jump into question without reconciling that word. We need to try to have a general overview of what it is before we.
Okay, when he's answering people's question, he has opportunity to touch it, but because of timing, he will still leave us. He told me that it's already 2024. In a few minutes, he's leaving us. So, Mazi Romola, you heard what Nelly said. When you are answering question, please take our time to reconcile that thing. And okay, let me bring in him, Mazi Nnanna. So, Ezenwai, it's your turn now. Yeah.
Thank you guys so much, Mazi and Umada. Thank you. Actually, because I wasn't here earlier, I don't really have any question. What he said is was very clear to me. I don't think I have any questions. So if there are other people that have questions, please go ahead and answer them. Okay.
They will. Dr. Nelly, you have your question before I give our viewers because I have to start from you first.
I'm still trying to establish that we are talking about the same person. Eke, and that I am that I am. So that's my. I think that's
okay.
Talk about, yeah.
Mazi Remola, okay, reconcile that question. You, Dr. Nelly, asked the question.
I will try to. You all brought some very, very insightful things that I will try to give you my understanding with respect to what you were saying. Okay, first thing is this. In the Hebrew Bible, we have the revelation of God to Moses at the burning bush. And God tells Moses, the name that you're going to learn, God tells Moses, your forefathers did not know me by this name that I'm going to tell you. Your forefathers knew God by the name of God Almighty. Now, those of you who know your Bibles and can read it in Exodus chapter 3, where Moses he meets God at the burning bush. God tells him, your forefathers didn't know me by this name. They knew me. Your forefathers knew me as God Almighty. Now, in Hebrew, that word, God Almighty, is El Shaddai. El Shaddai. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Adam, all of those folk knew God as El Shaddai, God Almighty. Now, El Shaddai means Eke. Yeah. Now, why do I say that? Because Eke is a female divinity.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Really?
Yes.
It's a female divinity.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say yes. I'm not a Jew.
I know about it.
I'm telling you Igbo. I'm telling you Igbo. I'm giving you Igbo right now. Eke
I'm Ozuruigbo.
I know very much about this.
Oh man.
El Shaddai means the big-breasted one or the many-breasted one.
Yeah.
El Shaddai is a feminine deity. El Shaddai is a feminine deity. Don't believe me.
No, see, he's the strong and breasted one. He's a female. He
Don't
has
believe me.
breast, and you suck from that breast.
Don't believe me. El
No,
Shaddai
no.
means the big-breasted one.
This
the
will be of
many-breasted one.
Onisha. This
And
will
this
be
is the
of
same as
Onisha.
Eke.
Saying
This
I
is the
get
same as
from the
Eke.
Jews is not what we're going to what we worship.
This is the same as
The
Eke.
OBU of Onisha traditional talk and what they're teaching you people from slavery, you know, from the Jews and the Arabs is not what we hear. You know what we need to, you know, not we cannot say it's not about opinion. We're talking about coming from Shaddai. There's nothing like El Shaddai. It's Ashada. Elohim. There is nothing like Elohim. It's Elohim.
The people of the slavery and the descendant of the slavery knows the history.
No, you see, these people here. No, about that. You see, you're going into that you'll be on it. You're going to that you'll be on it.
What is Shaka and Igbo? What is Shaka?
If you challenge me, you will. Ashada means if you challenge me, you will fall.
See, I said if you have a different opinion,
the man know what you are talking about. The man, knows what you don't
know with your little bit titles. You don't know. You don't know. We're talking about
Nnanna, there's a way we do it here. I said if there's a different opinion, you can also hold on.
May not be a man because as na Chukwunna wopoke nwoke ewere. Chukwunna wopoke nwoke ewere. Who is that Chukwu?
My sister,
people are calling to ask him questions. Please, can we leave that topic? I said,
my sister,
this nonsense. Don't bring this nonsense here. We have been brainwashed a lot. We have been brainwashed enough. And we don't want anybody to brainwash us anymore. We are going to the point. We are going to the
reality. Miss Nelly.
Yes.
I mentioned this thing before.
I mentioned what is the name of your town?
This guy is a weird man.
What is the name of your town, please?
Nnanna, let's do it this way.
No, I want to know the town, please.
That guy, what is your name? What is your name, sir?
We are not going to argue. We are not going to
My name is
what is your name? Because I'm not going to be in the company of Nnanna.
Okay, no problem.
I am from Mokeli family.
Imagine
that I want to know your village. What is the name of your town?
What?
Okay, so Prince Elomona, can you continue, please? Sorry about that.
This is the kind of people you can see in America. This is the kind of people you can see everywhere, and they will try to deceive the people, and they bring confusion.
Hold on, please. We have to take this in, and I don't want to. When I started, I said I don't want interruption. I don't want argument. If you have a different opinion, you wait. But Nnanna did not want to listen. I'm taking it back to Mazi Romolo. Please go ahead and go ahead
right.
Because Dr. Nelly said got to hear this.
The name of God that was revealed to Moses is the same name of God that is in Afa. Sister Nelly, Sister Queen Izawine said it, that I am that I am. That's God's name. God's name is I am. God's name is I am. Jehovah, Elohim, whatever name that you find in the Hebrew Bible are names that the writers give to God. God, when he speaks of himself, he does not refer to himself as Elohim. He does not the authors write that. When he speaks in the first person, and see, when you read the Hebrew text, or when you read the English text, it's very hard for you to understand when God is speaking in the first person. But when he speaks in the first person, he is saying, I am. That is his name. He said, tell them I am have sent you unto them. Tell Israel They say, Moses said, they're going to ask me what your name is. What am I going to tell them? He said, tell them I am sent you. He said, this is my name forever. The divine one said, my name forever is I am. He said, I'm making a new covenant with you. No longer will you know me as El Shaddai. You know me as I am. Now, there's no gender in I am. Chineke is the male side and the female side. Chi is the male side. Eke is the female side.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, who owns the market? You have 4 market days. Who owns the market? Who is the ruler of the market? Who is the one that controls the market? In Igbo land, who controls the market? Is it not the women? Is it not the women? Is it not the women?
It's a woman.
Is it not the
It's
women?
the women that control it. They sell in the market. Yeah.
They control the market. Anciently, they controlled the market. If they don't control it now, they did anciently. The 4 market days. Can you name them for me?
Eke.
This Eke again. Yeah. Ori.
Ore.
Nkwo.
Eke. Right? They're all female divinities.
Wow.
They are all female divinities. That's why the market belongs to the women. Africa, Igbo land, anciently was matriarchal. That's why its supreme deity was Nchuku.
Nchuku, yeah.
Nchuku is the same as El Shaddai. Nchuku is the same as El Shaddai. It's the same. This is what I'm talking about, understanding your foreign religion within your own culture and your own ancestry. Now, this book is a patriarchal book. Patriarchal book. Alpha is not patriarchal. Have you ever seen the ancient even in Igbo land? When you go and dig in the ground, you will find little figurines of the mother and the child sitting on her lap. That began in Igbo land, and you see that in Egypt, right? With the child sitting on the mother's lap, right?
Yes.
That's the goddess. That's the mother. She was not the power behind the throne. She was the throne. She was the throne. You could not become king or anything unless the mother made you king.
Yes.
You sat on the throne of the mother. You didn't sit on your own throne. Now, this is Africa I'm talking about. This is the African culture. So now we have a patriarchal worldview paradigm. I don't condemn it. I don't condemn it because remember I said culture changes. We are not 4,000 years ago. Where we are today is not 4,000 years ago. Where we are today is now. What we are today is now. What we are today, our culture today is this: mother, father, children.
Yes. Trinity.
They call that the nuclear family. And so when the Bible speaks, it is speaking within that paradigm. Adam is created first, and the woman is created out of the man. To teach us that man is the one through whom the love of God comes to the woman. A woman cannot love. A woman was not created to love. A woman was created to be loved. Love is the only language that a woman understands. If you don't come to your woman in the language of love, she's not going to listen to you, and she's not going to understand you, because that's the only language she understands is love. This is the culture from the Bible that we have to apply to our present understanding. All men come from women.
Truth.
That's why when Adam and the woman were confronted by God, and God asked Adam, "What is this that you have done?" He said, "The woman that you gave me gave it to me." He was blaming God. But the woman was never cursed. The woman was never cursed. When Adam received his judgment, do you know what he said to the woman? He said, he blessed the woman. He said, You're Eve. You're Eve. Hawa. That's Eve, which means the mother of all living. The Messiah, the salvation of man must come from the woman. It is the woman who brings salvation to the world. It is the woman who's going to bring salvation to Biafra. It is the woman who will give birth to a nation in one day. A woman is going to give birth to a nation in one day. So this is why it is important to understand what we have understood from our colonizers and from those who have indoctrinated us. We have to understand it within our own culture and our own ancestry, not through somebody else, not through somebody else's culture, not through somebody else's ancestry, because you are the original. We are the original. We are the ones that are supposed to be teaching. They're not supposed to be teaching us. When you claim what belongs to you, when you come to the actualization of yourself, when you come into the awareness of your being, I am, when you understand who I am is, then you will see. Then you will understand. Before that, you will not understand nothing until you come to the actualization of yourself, until you come to the awareness of your being as an EGBO, as a man, as a woman, as an entity in this universe. Until you understand your place in this universe, until you understand your place on this planet, until you understand your place in Africa, until you understand your place in Igbo land, until you understand your place in Biafra, you're not going nowhere.
Okay.
Okay.
And I will say this.
Can I say?
I am not. Someone says I'm not an authority. That's right. I'm not. I don't claim to be an authority.
There's something that I need us to point out here. There's something that I want to take us a little back. In English language, there's the word we call and, A-N-D. It's a conjugation word. It brings two words together, A-N-D, and. And yes. In Igbo language, na, N-A is also a conjugation of bringing two words together. So I need us to think about the word chi, na, eke. Na is the connection, the conjugation. The
Yes.
Two people.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So I need us to understand this is talking about two entities.
Yes.
And is brought together by that word in the middle.
That's right. That's right.
Yes. And now,
No, if
Yes.
let
me finish. Eke.
Yes, that's right.
Eke, making it one word.
Yes.
Because we are used to thinking about it as one person. But I would like us to look deeper to find out that it's not one entity. We're talking about two entities here. Now, and now, chi, na, eke. Okay, so when
Yes, that's
Brother
right.
was here, I was hoping that in the long run we'll be able to, because I've seen his video, that's why I invited him. So if I'm still going to talk to him, I need us to understand there are two entities involved here. And we grew up thinking it's one person.
Yeah.
Because we also know about the earth, Mother Earth. That's why it's always called, because God got the ground, molded the clay from the ground to mold the person. So, Prince Lumen, if you can emphasize a little bit on the chi and the eke that we grew up to know as chi na eke. So basically, it's talking about two entities. So if you can.
Chineke is God and his work. If you say that is something is sweet, if you say somebody is doing something, you will say what he's doing. Chineke is one person. It's God, the creation, the creator. Chineke is the only God that they can create. He's the mother. Man cannot create. It's a woman that they create. Woman is the the mother we're talking about. It's the creator.
The creation comes from, and when you look at the creation in the Bible, it comes from the earth and it comes from the water. Is that correct?
Yes.
And is the earth and the water, are they feminine?
Me, yeah.
Right? Allah,
the earth and the water are feminine. It's a woman.
Yes. So, what Christianity does, it divorces the woman, the feminine side of the deity, and the masculine side. So they divorce them. That is not African. The African spirituality acknowledges them as one. Acknowledges them as one.
the money out already. Please, who is there? Who is talking there? Somebody should mute. Azuka, SMY, mute, please. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, please continue.
Yeah, so I'm only trying to verify and to agree with my sister, with the Ezewani, what she brought out with respect to Chin Eneke, that they are two sides of one. There are two sides of one. There's only one. When you talk about one is everything. When you say two is only two parts of one. When you say three is only three parts of one. When you say four is only one part of one. All the way up to 9, only parts of one. It is all one. So there's only one Lord. There's only one God. But we have manifestations of the qualities of God. And we see them in the creation that he made, where he made them male and female in his image. And they are one. Even when Jesus talks about the oneness of God, this idea about a Trinity is not true. The Christian Trinity is not a truth from the Bible. It is a truth that was invented. There's only one doctrine in the Bible that talks about 3 in 1. That is, I am the Christ that we call Jesus, but it's the Christ. It's not the man Jesus, it's the Christ. The Christ. And you and I, when you read it in the New Testament, it says, God in Christ and Christ in you or me. That's the only Trinity. That's the only 3 in 1 in the Bible. That is the only God in the Bible. There is no Trinity called the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. That is a Catholic teaching. That Trinity is not taught in the Bible. You won't find that 3 in 1 in the Bible, Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. You will not find anywhere in the Bible where it says they are one. You will not find it. The only thing that you will find that they are one, that is three, is God, Christ, and you or me. We become part of that manifestation of God. That is what I am is. When you come into the realization of who you are as I am, you will actualize everything that you desire. You want to actualize Biafra? Yes, you will actualize it when you come into the awareness of your being. And this is what it's all about. All Alpha is about, all these religions, what they're all about is coming into the awareness of your being. What they have done is diverted you from that understanding. They got you looking at God as being somewhere out there that you have to look for, up in the sky. They got you worshiping idols. That's what you're doing. Any God that is outside of you is an idol. Any God that is outside of you is an idol. God is not to be found out there in the sky or in the star. God is in you. That is Alpha. When you come into the realization of who you are as God, with God, in God, by God, then you will come into the realization of what you need to be and who you are to be. I don't care what it is. That is the secret right there. And that is the truth. This is where we need to get to. Because all this other stuff, we're talking about stuff, we don't even realize what we're talking about. We need to talk about what needs to be done first to bring about this atonement. What needs to be done first to bring about this reconciliation? What needs to be done first to cleanse the land? That is what we need to understand, and that's what we need to do. What do we do going forward from this moment? How do we come to the realization of who I am, who you are, who we are?
Good question.
And when that happens, I'm going to tell you right now, if I'm a prophet, then what I'm saying is true. When we come into the realization of who we are, Biafra will be born in one day. In one day. Not 3 weeks from now, not a few years from now, but in one day. Yes, my brother, I'm finished.
Traditional Okeji, we are here with you. Can we take some calls? Because how many calls can you take before you leave? How many more minutes can you give us? Because I need people to.
I got 10 minutes.
10 minutes, so please let other people talk.
Ask a question, and I think I need to give him the answer so that he will be talking with our people also.
Please, we need to. Somebody has been calling. We need to give them chance, please. We are here for everybody needs to talk.
Someone asked the question of who Christ is. I'm going to tell you who Christ is. Christ is the Spirit of God in human flesh.
Yes.
Did you hear me?
Yeah.
Christ is the Spirit of God in human flesh. When people ask me, where is Jesus? I said, you're looking at him. I'm Jesus. You are Jesus. The Bible even teaches it. What? Don't you know that Christ is in you? Unless you fail the test. That's the Bible. So when it talks about the Trinity, God in Christ, Christ in you, Christ is the Spirit of God. He says another comforter, who? The Holy Spirit will come in you. Christ is the manifestation of the Spirit of God in human flesh. That's what Christ is. I'm not talking about Jesus of history. I'm not talking about Jesus of history. That's history. I'm not talking about ancient history. I'm not going in the past. I'm going in the present. You people who say that you say that it's not Christ. You don't understand what you're talking about because you don't know who Christ is. Christ means spirit. It doesn't mean a man. Christ is not a name. His name was not Jesus, and his last name was Christ. No, that is a title. That is a meaning. It means anointed one who has been anointed by the Spirit.
It's anointed one.
Christ is real. And the reason why I know Christ is real is because you're looking at him. So understand when you say that Christ is not real. Christ is very real because Christ is the manifestation of the Spirit of God in human flesh. That's what Christ is.
Okay, please, let me, because of your time, let me take this call, please. Hello, good evening and welcome to the program. Please ask a question, please. I don't want a controversy here, please. Yeah.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Yeah.
Sorry, just this man, I don't know his name. That he was born in America. The man, I think this man is making it very, very good.
Go ahead. Please, his name is this in this place. It's written right here. His name is Sidney Davis or Maze Romulo. So please, when you come address the person in that manner, please. I told you we must have to be civil here, no matter what you want to say here. I said it from the beginning. I have another caller calling. Hello, good evening and welcome to the program. Hello. Yeah, there's a noise on your background, please. Yeah.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
Sorry. So I see a lot of contradictions with views and ideas. So the thing I want to really say is that history is like a puzzle. History is like a puzzle. So what Mazi Elomuno has is a facet or a faction of history. And what the young man that just got kicked off the show, that was a good idea because he was kind of messing up the whole thing. But he had a faction of his own idea. But if these ideas are put together and we all reason and like we get a big picture of what was before colonization, came in and dismantled this whole beautiful picture. So yes, he has an idea and it's raw. History is not complete until the various people who know what they know come together. Then we can build a big picture. But I really applaud you guys for being patient and understanding. It's not easy. We are finding our roots. We are going back to where we came from and how it all started. And I pray that by the power of Chukwu Okike Abiyama, everything will make sense and we'll go back to how we were. And we will serve him the right way we're supposed to serve him. I love you guys.
We love you too. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I think we want two questions, please. Question, yeah.
Before you the next call. So I really appreciate the last caller. That's what I was going to say. It's going to be hectic. It's going to be even crazy. Some people will be so upset. Some people will be happy. Some people will be confused. But the bottom line is that we need to be patient because we are trying to find out who we are. This is very complex. We've been brainwashed from generation past, almost like 4 generations back. So it's going to it's going to be very emotional to some people. But I need us to understand that we are trying to find out who we are. We're trying to get back to our roots. And we came from different, backgrounds. What we are trying to find out is the big elephant. It's like that elephant, blind people, we are touching it. Somewhere in the front at the tusk, somewhere on the legs, somewhere on the body. And they were describing what they saw, how they felt. So to them, that's what the elephant looks like. But in the long run, when you put everything together, you are going to see what the big elephant. So all those descriptions for the blind people, we're actually talking about one elephant, but they were speaking from their own perspective. So this is not a place to argue. This is a place to discover who we are. Even if we don't agree with what somebody is saying, this is not a platform to be fighting. This is a platform to be patient until we get to know who we are. We're trying to understand who we are. They've fed us so many lies. They've confused us. We don't even know our identity anymore. So I don't want anybody to take it personal because what you think you know may actually turn out to be wrong. I've been doing a lot of reading, and each time I come across something, it throws me off. So sometimes I get so upset. I even get emotional. I start crying. I'm like, why would anybody do stuff like this to another human being? when you begin to understand, so you will get so upset, you will get emotional. You'll be like, what did we do to deserve this? It's like we lost our identity. We don't even know who we are anymore. So I don't want anybody coming to this platform to argue because you don't even know who you are. Don't argue. Don't think you know. We don't know. So we are trying to go back to who we are, to identify ourselves. We need to find who we are. This is not a platform to argue. This is a platform to acquire knowledge. You know, when we put everything together, you know, by the help of Chukwuemeka Abiyama, we'll actually begin to discover who we are. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Perfectly said. Thank you. We have a caller on the line. Good evening. You're welcome, my brother. Mazi Romolo, I don't know whether the question is going to you. Somebody's on the line. Yeah, evening.
Good evening, everybody. I want to greet our mothers and I want to greet Professor Sydney. I want to also greet traditional work kid.
Yeah.
My name is Okonko. I want to greet our beautiful mothers. Our mother Nelly, you made it all. What you just said now is exactly what I'm a pastor and ordained. I read scriptures and you understand where Dave is coming from. Dave, I want to tell you what you are coming from is very esoteric. It's not for everybody. So we must not admit that everybody would understand us. This is a very warm food and not for the babies. If you watch the platform here, you see that a lot of people are making some comment because it is flying out of their ears. They can't understand. Exactly. And one of the points I want to hit more, my name is Azuka Charles Nwankwo. One of the things I want to hit more is when they give a narrative about the women, and in Sanskrit, there's something we call Purusha and Prakriti. These two has to interwove. That means the creator, both of them has to mash together to bring something out, and that is the female side of the whole thing. Our leader Nnanna kind of finalized it when he said, whenever time the women rises up means Biafra is there, and this is the time. And Biafrans all over the world, please don't just come here to make noise. I want you to come and learn. There is a place in the Bible when God asks the people, when a man misses his road, can't he come back? Mothers are here with this Professor Sydney to bring us back to our root. The problem why we are suffering right now is because we lost our identity, like our beautiful Queen Nelly had just said now. All of you must understand that we are returning back, and we are on the point of returning back with traditional work. Before I used to hit him hard, but he's more better than this MasterCard prophet in Germany. He is very doing traditional work. I respect you. So I think you have taken the mount to be with us. And also our brother, Nnanna, we didn't cast you out. We want you also because I know that you have also your own opinion. Just choose a date, and all of us will listen from your own narratives. I want to thank our mothers, and I'm praying for you that things gonna work out. We are there already. God bless you. My name is Azuka.
Bless you, real good. That's one of the best call we just received. Please, before Mazi Enomolo leaves, he needs one question, one good question, please. Yeah.
Okay.
Hello, good evening. Okay. Hello, good evening, and welcome to the program. Yes.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Before
you are the one that called before. Okay, doing better. Yes.
I got the name. I'm sorry. You know.
Okay.
Made a very, very good point. A very strong point. You know why I said it? Because there is a program that I watch, and in this program, a man made us to know in that program that we the Eastern region that we don't really know who we are, that we are from our name. So when he made that statement that we are from our name, then I started trying to ask question in that program. He said that we are from our name, that anybody that speaks there don't really know who or he or she is, that we are from a woman. In that program, I watched that program from the beginning to the end. The man was making a very strong statement. He said that our people don't really know who they are. He said the language you see today, that the language we are speaking today, that everybody is speaking, is from our land. So I was shocked and called again and asked the man, okay, now, like the statement, like what you are saying now, so does it mean that we the Biafrans, does it mean that there is something about us? He said yes. He said we are the ones who make up the four market days. He said we are from the ground. And that is why we are from Ane. That is why that in Ukwane, the man is from Ukwane, he's a prince. Maybe by the grace of God, I will get you the number.
Okay.
Then you will invite the man. The man said that.
Beautiful. I would like to get the number, please. Yeah.
Yes. He said that is why they call the place is Ukwane. He said that people that is from Ane, that speak Bia, anybody that speak Bia don't really know who they are. That the only thing we have to do is the day we will come back together, we all are the people we are going to come back together. From there, we will really know who we are. That nobody, that him, to the extent the man made a statement that shocked me. He said that him himself, he don't worship anybody, that he worship his mother. That is from a woman. That day, I said, no, this man is making a statement. So when I hear this from a woman now, Mazi Remono, it didn't really touch me.
Yeah.
I said that really, we don't really know who we are. He said, the man said that if we know who we are, that we are going to go in a long way. And he said the only thing that will help us is to make peace between us. From that day, I was shocked. And this is the second time I'm hearing this same thing again. That's why I said, let me go. I will get you the man number. The man is a professor. I think he lives in France.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Please, I would like to have that number. Yeah.
And I will send it to you and tell you that this man, you discuss with the man again. Exactly what Mazi Remono is saying is what the man is saying. And now I begin to think that true, we don't really know who we are.
Exactly.
Only when we know who we are, that is when we are going to achieve.
Yes. Thank you.
And if you watch something in Igbo land, they don't value woman. They don't have respect for woman. The reason why I say this is because Igbo man don't know how to say, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. The next time we'll talk about who made it so and why it became. It was not like from the beginning. It was not like that. Yeah. No problem. I appreciate. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Mazenuro, I will not like to keep you because I gave you my word that I will not keep you. Mazenuro,
Can I ask a question, please?
Okay, ask question. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir. That was a very nice presentation. I wanted to ask you if you said that Eke Afo Nkwo Oye, all these markets belongs to women. Why is it that the Nkwo, mostly men answer Nkwo, or Nwankwo, or Nwafo? I know that Nweke or Nwa Orie belongs to women. Okay, but mainly Nwankwo and then Nwa Afo belongs to men.
No. Okay, let me have a different answer, but I think you misunderstood things. So after him, then I'll say something.
No.
Okay.
Yes, I acknowledge what my sister is saying. I acknowledge that is how we began to understand the market days and their identity. But that is because of the change in the culture of our Igbo culture over time. We don't look at these entities as representations of the feminine deity because of how our culture has been impacted. The Igbo culture is patriarchal, isn't it? It's
yes.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't always that way.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Igbo culture originally was matriarchal. Over time, it became patriarchal. Okay, so that's the culture that we live in now. We live in a patriarchal culture, and so we have to deal with that paradigm. And there is a way that we can understand that paradigm from the literature, from the Bible. We can learn to understand that paradigm from the Bible. If we understand that paradigm from the Bible, then it's not going to be very much violent against what our original culture was. But so the original names are names of female deities. Now, I don't have that proof before me right now, but I can get that proof, and I will share that proof. I will put that proof in our forum. So having said that, and I'm going to say one more thing before I leave, because I know my sister and Nelly wants to say something. my brothers and sisters, Christ is not a Christian idea. The word for Christ in Hebrew is Moshiach. Moshiach. It's where the word Messiah comes from. Messiah is the Hebrew word for the Greek word Christ. Christ and Messiah are the same thing. They're the same person or the same entity. Only one's Messiah is Hebrew, Christ is Greek. It means one who is anointed, one who has within him the Spirit of God. That did not begin with the Bible. It was originally Igbo. The idea of the Christ, the idea of the Spirit of God in human flesh. After God is Dibia. You read this book, you will understand everything I'm telling you about the Christ. Okay? When I'm talking to you, I'm trying to bring us back to our originality. I'm not trying to impose something newfangled on you. I'm trying to help us to understand that the things that we see, it's not the Bible. It's how you read the Bible. We read the Bible through the lenses of our colonizers. We read the Bible through the lenses of Catholicism. We read the Bible through the lenses of those who colonized us. You have to read the Bible through your own lens. You have to read the Bible through Igbo lens. Don't use the Jewish commentary or the Jewish lineage to try to explain your own lineage. They are put there for a reason. But that is not your history. The Bible is not your history because you were before the Bible. Igbo was before the Bible. We gave the world the Bible. The Bible and everything in it has its origin in Igbo land. And so when we tried to understand, when we tried to understand what it is that we have been given through our own culture and through our own ancestry, then we will begin to see. But we have to recognize the problem first before we can deal with the problem. And that's what we're trying to do now. We're trying to recognize the problem so we can deal with the problem. What we're going through right now, Biafra is pregnant. Biafra is pregnant. And it's going through her birth pangs. You women are going through the birth pangs of Biafra right now.
It's true.
So this is what I'll just leave you with. I must go now. I have other obligations. People are waiting for me.
Yeah.
I want to give praise and honor to the women of Biafra. I want to bless all of you. I want to bless all my brothers in Igbo land, all my brothers and sisters in the diaspora. I bless you all. I have no ill will toward anyone. I love you all. I have no anger.
No, we love you too. We love you too.
Love you too.
We love you too. Yeah, but before you go, I want to confirm your word. We were having a program this morning and somebody called in. Azuka, you remember? A woman called in that she had a dream this morning. That,
yes.
I and one other woman were trying to deliver a baby, and that baby girl was delivered, and all of us, the women, started.
Yes.
So
jubilating. Yes.
Said, I'm telling you the dream of a woman from Biafra land. She called us.
I was a baby girl.
It was a baby girl that was delivered.
We need more girls.
Yes. So Biafra is
and I will make her baptism.
Biafra is about to be born. It's about to be born.
Thank you so much.
Nelly wanted to say something.
So before he leaves, we're going to talk about it after. The 4 market days are actually female. They are women.
Yes.
They came and messed our head up. They twisted everything. Their intention is to destroy us.
Yes.
That's why they turn everything opposite.
Upside down.
Against us. Okay? So I just want to clarify that before the prince leaves. And then I'm also going to emphasize they came and then switched everything and made the male figure the head and put the women at the bottom, but they know the blessing comes from the women. But then when you go to Western country, you see them placing the women on top. They know these secrets. But we are done. So they are messing us up. So when you get into a transportation like a bus in America, the guy is sitting, when a woman comes, he gets up for the woman to sit. But they told us that if you're sitting, a man comes, you get up for the man to sit. Because they are depriving us of that blessing. It's a natural law. You cannot change the law of creation. The law of creation stands forever and ever. It doesn't matter how you misinterpret it or misunderstand it. It's a natural law. It's like the day and night. Day will come and night will follow. So they turned us upside down because they want to conquer, rule, and destroy us. But they know the secret. They know the secret to creation. That's why they took it. Go to all these Western countries. Okay, basically, like a regular Biafran man will tell you, in America, the woman comes first, the children, the animals, like dog, if you have a pet, and then the man at the bottom. Guess what? They are the ones receiving the blessing from I am that I am. They are the ones getting the blessing from the Creator because they are obeying the law of nature. It's like you plant a seed, water it is going to grow up. If you put it there and you don't water it, it's not going to grow up. It's a natural law. So they messed us up. I just want us to understand that.
Mazen has to go. I promise him. I promise. It's already 15 minutes over. I promise
okay,
him.
Yeah, but
continue. Mazen, before you go, they're asking how can they get this book? What is the link? How can they all the books that you just showed them? The books you showed them here.
Well, the book is out of print. The books that I displayed to you are out of print. If you want to try to get them, I would recommend that you contact Ifeanyi Achulono Okaforo. Yeah. She's on Facebook. That's Catherine's daughter. She has the rights to the books, and I would suggest that you contact her. My brothers, my sisters, let me go now. I'm very late to my next.
I know you're very late. Sorry for keeping you. Sorry for taking more of your time. I didn't mean to do that, but I believe you will come back here again.
I'm at your service, ma'am.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
at your service. I am a service.
God bless you for coming. Please tell.
Thank you so much. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Wow.
Yes.
Hello, brother. Thank you very much.
My brother, you be well.
Bye bye. Dr. Nelly.
So as I was saying.
Dr. Nelly, go ahead.
Okay,
Did you saw my message?
On my phone?
No. On the chat.
Oh, okay.
I wrote it long time ago.
Oh, okay. I didn't see it.
Please just check it, please.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen it?
Yes.
Okay. For those of you coming, please hold on a bit. Yeah.
Okay. So I should return. I was trying to let us know that these people know the secret to creation. They know the secrets that we don't know. We are the original owner of this secret. What did they do? Because they want to conquer us. I believe, okay, this is about good and evil. This is about God and the fallen angel. So the fallen angel, Lucifer, is always competing with God. This is me speaking, anybody can disagree with me. So he is trying to compete with God. That's why he's always trying to destroy everything that God has created. So we here in Biafra, in Africa, which is not the original name, but I don't want to go into that. We are from God directly. We know the rules. We know the laws of God, our maker. We have principles. We know how to do the right things to get results. And yet we do it. What did they do? They came and made us believe that what we know is not the real thing. They stole it from us. They stole our identity. They stole our blessing. They stole our name. They stole everything. Took it, packaged it differently, and then brought it back to us. Why did they do that? Because they want to suppress us. They want to suppress us. They want to rule and conquer us. Because what Lucifer is doing is fighting God. So they were fighting God. That's why they made sure that we, the original people, are at the bottom. And then they changed everything and made it at the top. So the law of creation is that the woman, the mother, is here and has to be reverenced. And when you reverence her, you will get the blessing. When you put her at the bottom, you are going to lack prosperity until we get to who we are, to the origin, to the basic doing things the right way. I think we're still going to be going, in circles. Personally, I believe we are getting to the right direction. It's going to take a while. Maybe in the next generation, maybe our children will be the ones to actually get it right. But I think we are in the right step. We are getting to where we need to be. We are trying to discover ourselves. And I believe we are discovering ourselves. It's going to take long. It's going to be too complicated. But eventually we will get to know who we are. That's what I want to talk about. And then we're going to talk about Chineke. There's going to be two different perspectives about this. But we have to understand that in creation, there is the female and the male version of it. I believe the ground that we are standing, we call it the Allah. Remember, man was made from dust. That's the ground. I think we're going to talk about this eventually. There's going to be a lot of complication, misunderstanding.
Can I help you there? Dr. Reddy, can I help you there?
Yes.
When they say that the land is a female, and you said a man was created from the land, that land is like a womb that opened up and brought out a man. The land is like a womb. That's why you can plant a seed, just like sperm can enter a womb. You plant a seed in the ground and it grows up again. So it's only female that can produce and open up to bring forth a product. So when we say land is feminine, it's actually feminine. And when you say the water is feminine, that's why you say you have Ezewa in the middle. You have never heard about Ezewa. You have never heard about mama in water. That is mommy water. Mama inside the water. So I think that is where it's coming from. And another thing I want to say to us here in this platform, when you say El Shaddai means the strong and breasted one. He is strong and he has breast. It's only a woman that can have breast. And he said in that breast is full of milk. And that is what he used to feed his children. So we can never debate it enough. A man called here today that he saw a treasure in our early morning program today. He saw a treasure in Biafra land. And when they opened that treasure, a beautiful woman came out. And people started shouting, this is the God of Biafra, the owner of Biafra. That Biafra is a woman. I know it's difficult for us to get it, but we will get there. I'm just giving you a point. So I leave it to traditional market.
Traditional market. I need us to understand that Biafra, the land of Biafra, is a motherland.
Yeah.
It's a woman. That's why it's a motherland. It's not a fatherland. So I want to say that. So
okay, we give you space. After that, we'll open up the line for people.
Thanks for the explanation, Nelly.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Biafra is a motherland. And that place we are going there.
Yes.
It's only that the British come and they confuse people and give us those warrant chiefs. I've been saying this time without number. All these warrant chiefs that is there is not from us. The British put them there. They are the people, and they put them there to be fighting our women and to be disrespecting our men. Why they go to the British and put the Queen of England there? And they cannot get anything approved. Everything is approved by Queen of England. They knows that. Over here in Europe, they never respect man. Even in the Western world, they respect our women. They took our culture and they and they confuse it and bring it back to us, and we are using it. Now our women have born many men who is thinking that the men is above women. They have born children who do not understand the history of the land, and they are doing everything wrongly. We used to give a name, Nneka. All these people, we don't even know the meaning. We are the children of our mothers. That is our mother. And I come here to defeat all these people, all these nonsense people that is calling themselves man and disrespecting our women. I'm here only to fight them. They know me. None of them can. You can go this here. That idiot who is selling Brazilian in South Africa. He's here. Over there in Anedo is a woman. Edo is a spring goddess of all Anedo. It is British that started sharing that place and carve nail out and divide the places and they put Obi, which that IGBO who is going to church. Ever since then, and then you never hear about Edo. It's a spring goddess of an Edo country. And Edo was a great land before. The woman governed it. Habagolo is a woman. It's a spring goddess of Anocha and the Agot and the Orumba, that area. Most of our deities are women. Ogugu is a woman deity. Our women need to know their history. And where we are going, we don't need to talk too much or spend years or months in this social media. We need to grab that land and start functioning from the land. Everything that you people need is in the land. That is from, we need to dethrone all the tradition, all the warrant chiefs. They are going to church and they still answering traditional leader. They are not a traditional leader. A traditional leader must be a traditional person. This is the people that is holding us captive. Everything that we make, they are selling the land. They are the people who bring them Fulanis and putting them inside.
A woman can never sell land. A woman can never sell land if she's in charge. Yeah.
Yes, this they put impostors there. Those impostors, the problem we are having today are those warrant chiefs.
Somebody said Nigeria is a fatherland.
I believe it's a fatherland.
They are the children of British, born throwaways. This I hate this warrant chiefs because I know the history of my ancestors. Where there's a more desana. Our women we don't sell land. These people have been selling our land. Oba Bini are selling the land of our ancestors. All these warrant chiefs are selling our land. They are going to church. They are all Christians. If we give them offer, they will never sell the land because the land will kill them. I want our women to put this point. We need to fight it, and we have supporters who is going to dethrone all these warrant chiefs. They are not for us.
Yeah, but then before we do that, we need to understand the truth, acknowledge the truth, and own the truth. That's when all these things will be put together. I don't want to blame them because they don't know. Don't forget, this has been passed to us from almost like 3 generations back. So they don't know. That's where we're trying to figure out what is the truth. Who are we? What, you know, we're just trying to discover ourselves. So I don't think it's time to put blames on anybody because some women will.
It is time to grab the land. Those people who enter the land and bring all the artifacts and find out what that is the owners of the land. And they are the people that the spirit is going to welcome. There's people that is holding people captive. Those warrant chiefs, they go to Abuja and collect the money that belongs to indigenous people. And they bring the money inside the church. They are making, these people are criminals. They put Christianity there. The governors are Christians. The local government chairmen are Christians. Even the traditional people, traditional leaders who supposed to be traditional people, they are Christians. Then we are nobody again. The Christian is from Roman and the British. So we are nobody. We don't want to be who we are. We keep talking. Everything we talk, we have to be guided with the spirit of our land. Whatever we talk is the spirit is speaking. We speak evil, it comes back to us. We speak good, it comes back to us. We don't know, but we need to know that land. We need to know everything there. All the trees there have the history. Those trees, some of them are men, some of them are spirits. The rivers have names. One up in every river, in every lake or river or whatever in Igbo land have history, have origin. We need to know them. We need to bring them and show it to the world. We don't show anything. We are always, after we talk here now, we go to what the white people made. And we keep on insulting people. We don't need to have insult in our history. We need to start guiding ourselves with our culture and the tradition. Those traditional houses we abandon that run away from. It is the better we take cameras, videos, architects to go there and bring what left there and tell us what they find there. That is where you can still find the footstep of our ancestors, the original people of that land. We still find their footstep there. So this is where we stop now. It is
Okay.
earlier, the better we go.
I think we're receiving calls. Yeah, I'm not taking the call. Go ahead. Hold on a bit. Yeah.
Yes,
I just understand that this is not about bashing anybody. This is about acquiring knowledge, trying to find out the truth. So even these warrant chiefs, they don't know what the truth are. Even the women, most of us don't know the truth. So we are trying to figure out what the truth actually is. I think when everybody knows the truth and realizes the truth, that's when we're going to begin to heal. That's when even the warrant chief will begin to understand. Oh, I think we're
not going to have warrant chief. That is not even our culture.
Yes, yeah.
Once British put them there, what are they still doing there? I'm talking with my friends here in Germany. They tell me if slavery is still going on in Africa, I think they have abolished the slave.
Yes.
But if you abolish the slave, abolish their tools. Their tools is still killing us. Those warrant chief are the people who sold our people to slavery. This is the people that they meant to look like our ancestors. They make them to look like our elders. But they have never speak the voice of our elders. They are going to church instead of going to our ancestors' house.
Yeah, we have a caller on the line. We have a caller. Then I want Azuka to talk. She needs to talk.
We have something that we know. We're trying to learn the truth.
But I say you should hold on a bit. Somebody is talking. I can allow you to. If you can hold on, if you don't mind.
We are trying to achieve.
No, just hold on a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, the warrant chief being imposed to us is wrong. I think we need to understand what we are doing. We're not fighting the warrant chief. We're not fighting anything or anybody. We're trying to find out the truth. So once we understand that the warrant chief were imposed on us to destroy us, basically that's what he's doing. So I don't.
And they are destroying us. They are destroying us.
No, believe me, they don't even know. So that's why we need to know what the truth is, and we need to find a solution. So I just need to clarify on that. Okay.
Thank you, Wanyama. Then Azuka, okay? Let's hear you.
Yes. I am not too good, but I like. I'm a traditional woman. I like traditions. Seriously, I like Mangu. All those traditional activities. But I tell you, they're still, defining our land up till today. Okay, because the first time they came, took our artifacts, our costumes, and then they brought them over here to develop their museum. And now you can now go over here and pay some couple of dollars to watch everything they stole from Africa. And now we are now talking about again the Fulanis now coming with their own, and our people are still allowing it. So that is much complications there. They're bringing their Alakuba now down to our land, making it worse than what it used to be. So which one are we battling now? Are we battling the first, the colonial masters that came and took our artifacts, or are we now battling the second wave that is coming? And that one will be now kind of eroding our culture this time around when we allow it to happen. And that is why we've been preaching that we don't want to give them chance anymore. Even those who have, done such a thing by going over there to collect money from them, or people who have borrowed money from them to come and develop, all those must, and that we don't want them, because that weaving, make the place worse than what it is today.
Thank you so much. Let's take this call. Thank you. Yeah, hello, good evening, and welcome to the program.
Chima, please let me say this. Honorable, that's why we need to find out the truth. It's not about anybody, because we're going to keep on going in circles. We need to know what the truth is. Once everybody realizes the truth, this is going to become a collective effort. It's not you're going to do this and somebody else is fighting you. So we are here to discover the truth, not even discuss the problem. What is the truth? Who are we? And how do we get back to who we used to be?
Thank you. Thank you. So we have a caller right now. Let's listen to our viewers right now. Yeah, your background is noisy. Yeah, hello, good evening, and welcome to the program. Hello? Are you still there? Yes, yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, you are here. We are live. We are live here and direct. Yes. Yes, yes.
Thank you. My name is Ohuoba.
Okay, you're welcome.
My name is Ohuoba.
Okay, did you hear that?
My name is Ohuoba.
Okay. Ohuoba.
From Ngwaland.
Okay, okay. You're welcome.
Can you tell us?
He said his name is Ohuoba from Ngwaland.
Yeah, the name is, I've not heard the name before. That's what I was trying to figure out.
I've not heard it also.
Yeah, what does it mean?
Yes.
So please, what does it mean? If you can reduce the sound behind you, your set is on.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I am calling from Dallas, Texas here.
So yeah. Please tell us the meaning of your name. This is the first time some of us are hearing it.
Or is it Ohuoba?
Ohuoma.
Oba. Is it Ohuoba or Ohuoba? I don't know.
Ohuoba, 20, Ohu. Oba means yam.
Okay.
Oba means ban of yam.
Okay, yam. Oba. Okay.
Obaji.
Ohu is a number.
Ohu sound like a
number.
Ohu means 20.
20, yes.
You got it.
It's number 20.
Good. That's good.
When somebody takes a title in yam ordination, he is giving that title as Ohu Oba.
Okay.
Or SAG.
Go ahead.
We are listening to you. You have last like 2 minutes to talk to us.
Okay. I have an observation to make. That my observation is okay. I am happy for you people.
Thank you.
Continue. Thank you.
Good. My observation is that you people are talking to Igbo people.
Okay.
Because the people who are in this struggle are mostly Igbos.
Everybody is Igbo to start with. But the language, the dialect may be different.
To the Yoruba, they don't use English language.
Okay.
I want to suggest to you people to narrow your language of communication to Igbo. Enough. Let us have some trickeries.
Okay.
Have you finished?
This is not an academic exercise.
Onye ka ọ chọrọ ikwu were na-egbu oge niile.
The thing is West. Hold on.
So much in English language. I'm not happy about it. If you can, excuse me, if you can read your comment, you know that a lot of people want you to. A lot of people want you to speak Igbo only.
But sir, let me cut you.
And you're even speaking English and you're living in America.
So we are carrying everybody along. You cannot speak Igbo here. Yeah.
You're even speaking English and you're living in America.
We're not going to remove them from what we are saying. All of us are together. Yeah.
He's living in America and he's speaking also English. And you're not living in England.
We got your point. We're going to discuss it, sir. Thank you so much.
You're not living in England and they want people to be secretly.
Okay,
in Biafran land, we have non-Igbo speaking tribes, so we are going to carry everybody along. And when we get to Biafran land, we're going to be learning each other's languages. When I lived in South Africa, they have different dialects and everybody understands those dialects. You can see some of our Edo sisters, when they come here, they speak Igbo. Or I will tell you, or I will call herself mother. And we have some, we have some similarities in our language. And when we come down, we will understand each other. The only difference is that the tune is different or the pronunciation is different. So, but we will come together and understand it. So we're not going to use Igbo here because everybody has to understand us. Please, we are in a very sensitive period. We don't need to hear such thing. It's not good.
I also want to say something. Our leader, Nnanna, said, when Biafra comes, our constitution is going to be in every dialect. And then when you go to an office in that
hold on.
area, it's going to be the dialect of that area. So it's not just going to be specifically one language. We all have the same language.
And in so doing, we will not learn each other's language and we'll speak it. That is how it is in South Africa. They have different languages and all of them are understanding each other. Yeah.
And you go to school and you learn languages. That's what you do.
That's what we're going to do. Everybody will speak the language of each other. We have another caller. Hello, good evening and welcome to the program.
Hello, good
evening, my sister. You're welcome.
I'm very proud of you all.
Thank you.
So what I have few things to say. Firstly, the guy that talk about English, the language you guys gonna use, I think we have to, that one will be secondary because we are just talking about serious issues. We are being sold and we are being deceived for so many years. Some of us don't even know that we are Igbo. Some of us don't even speak this language. And those of us that are privileged to speak this language, we should continue. If you call and you want to use Igbo, go ahead. If you call, you want to use broken, go ahead. If you call, already there will be a time when it will be tailored towards Igbo, but not now. We need everybody to hear us, to hear what is being said. Then later you cannot now make your own choice. I was even listening to one of the programs today from a man that I respected so much, and the guy that was teaching us about Jews and everything. Everybody is just coming, just like what Sister Nelly said. Everybody is describing the elephant part of his own angle. But unfortunately, I respect that guy so much. Unfortunately, he has that perspective of a woman, a harlot, anything concerns a woman is harlotting. I even asked him if that women are harlots and old retired harlots. Why is it that when they give you money, you collect? The woman Nnanna, for over years have been trying to establish this Biafra we are hearing today. It's women. A woman, even if it's a harlot, it's a woman that get that maximum sum of money to give, but no respect, no thank you till today from any of our men. And this is the type of life, this patriarchal life, that we are saying, that they have inculcated into us. Even some of us are worshiping today from that patriarchal aspect, thinking that is the origin. We don't know that after that, behind that patriarchal, there is matriarchal. So even our brother here, I have forgotten your name, but I call you Mududenka. It's okay.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, very good.
Thank you, sir. So sometimes, like what our Chiferongo was saying, what I get direct, like me, naturally, sometimes when I pray, even I have the Bible and I have the tradition. There are two things that cannot go off me. Sometimes when I go through the Bible, I find myself coming through the tradition. Sometimes when I go with the tradition, I find myself going through the Bible. For years, it's now that you people are talking about it. For years, I at the time, I stopped using the Bible and I stopped using the other one, and I find myself having problems. Now, recently, I use two of them. When I want to do something in tradition, I first of all read the Bible. And I discover that whenever I read the Bible, there is something, it tells me about the tradition. And for years, I have been looking for ways to reconcile it. That is why I cannot throw two of them out. But today, I have that confidence in me from what that our brother said, that when we know ourselves, we will be able to reconcile because in that Bible there are truths about us in that Bible that we cannot throw away. Why am I making this emphasizing on this now? Please, our brother would think. Sometimes, at times when I believe in everything you say, but we have to go further because behind the one we know, we will not throw away that Bible. We will use it because it's when we are going out to learn, when we are going to school, what we are going outside to get, we want to use it to come and enrich ourselves more. We can't throw it out because there is knowledge in it. There is something, and there are things also that we have to discard there. Because when you read it, if you are being in Christ, just as that guy said, and the Christ that you know is you, is even you have it, you own it more than what they are saying. There are things you will harness from there and use it to enkindle your own and make it better. We are not going to accept it wholeheartedly. You are eager. And the spirit in you, the owner of the history first, will be able to show you, say, you will understand it in that scripture. So onye tradition, the truth will be open. And onye obula get respect it. But it's also in Jesus' name, no, that is not. Because I'm talking from experience. I don't only talk. Sometimes I call my Jesus. And my God, Jesus, Jesus, because we are not because some like church Christianity will call you say this is what you cancel it, destroy. No, I don't do that kind of rubbish because you might know when you can't do what Jesus again. So we need to find the truth. That's what we are saying, the truth. And when we're not now, because in our already I can't do it. You can't we will begin to disentangle ourselves from the master. We will not just see the master say, oh, we don't fight why because he's going to still kill us because if we don't take time. So what I'm saying is that I appreciate you all for all you have been doing, but let's use Siki. Thank you,
Please, can I interject briefly before you take the next caller?
Okay.
She was saying something about the Trinity and all that. I have a video of the Trinity tree in Biafra land. So eventually we're going to find out what that signifies. This tree is big, huge, giant trees with one root. All three have one single root, but it's big, three giant trees that it's huge, humongous. How come? How did they have the same root, one root? And it's called the Trinity root. So that's something I need us to think about while we continue, because probably one of these programs we're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
Bring people that can
hold on. Yeah, hold on a bit.
I just want to say we want to find out how it also relates to the story that we're told in the Bible about the Blessed Trinity. Thank you.
Yeah. Before I allow this scholar to say something, I believe while Mazi Edromula was saying something, he mentioned something that I likened it to the Trinity. He said the mother, the father, and the children. I think he said something like that. So we will find out how they are connected to the Trinity also. I think I got that also. So, but they have a caller right now. Hello, good evening, and welcome to the program.
Hello?
Yeah, hello, good evening, and welcome to the program. We can hear you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Are you hearing me?
We are hearing you. Are you hearing him?
I can hear him.
Yeah, we can hear you, yeah.
Hello, are you hearing me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Yeah, are you hearing me?
Yes, we are hearing you, unless you're not hearing yourself. Yeah, hello?
Yeah, I'm hearing.
Well, on a go where On a go, what would the device?
Are you listening to yourself or you want to talk? You help us talk, please, so we can take other calls. Hello?
Yeah, are you not hearing me?
We are hearing you. I said we are hearing you. Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead, sir.
Let me lower my device. Are you hearing me now? Hello?
Yes, we have always been hearing you. It's you that is not listening to us.
Okay. Please, I have much to say about.
No, not much. Please, you just have 2 minutes. Please, other people have to talk. You have already wasted time also. Please, you have 2 minutes to talk. You have already even wasted your 2 minutes. So go ahead. Next time you can call again and call and talk.
Okay, if there's no much time for you to talk, maybe next time I will be able to enter your program to be able to explain more. Because our culture is something we need to understand more.
But let's have an idea of what you want to say. Go ahead.
We can invite you to the program. What do you
want? But before we invite, we have to have an idea. Yes.
Concerning man, a woman, and God, which is Chineke. I am that I am. Because what I have some explanation. Even I'm supposed to have. Are you hearing me?
Yes. Okay, maybe you call me later. We can discuss. No problem. No, call me later. Call me later so we can talk. Then you can come to the program. No problem. Yeah. No problem. Yeah. It's okay. Yeah. So.
Okay.
As we wait for the call, so we can also go ahead and discuss. So a lot of people are talking. Some of them want the book. Some of them want to join the program, like our brother Austin said he wants to join the program. A lot of it's getting interesting. And like Dr. Nelly has been telling you, some of the things that is coming out now, it might be new to you and you might not like it. But my advice to you, I used to be in that mood before. I wouldn't even want to let you talk. Even when I was preaching this gospel, I will fight you to the end. I will argue. I even want to distance myself from you. But something happened to me that I told you a lot of things has happened that I'm not going to say. It's not about me now. That I began to keep quiet and I began to listen. And I'd advise you, if you are listening to us for the first time, please calm down. We don't know it all. Some people, I ask you a question. What if you are born a Muslim? You wouldn't be arguing what you're arguing today. Today, you'll be talking about Muslim religious faith. You even be fanatic about it. So because if my parents did not give back to me where they gave back to me, maybe in India, and I'm seeing myself worshiping Hindu, I will still be arguing. So it's better we open up our mind and also learn, because when you don't learn, that is when you wallow in foolishness and stupidity, which is not good. You understand? The idea of this program is for us to trace our roots. We don't know, because that's why we believe we are in our land, but we are lost. We don't even know who we are. First of all, they told us we don't have history. Can you see how this man came to tell us that life originated from us? So you have to calm down and listen and learn. We're here to when you find a solution to your problem, your problem is 100% solved. But if you have not found the solution to your problem, you keep moving around looking for answers everywhere. For me, I believe as I'm getting the solution to my problem, I'm 100% my problem is getting solved. I'm telling you, the identity crisis that have been in us is going away. That's why when somebody cannot speak good English, you people make the person feel inferior in another man's language.
Like me.
You understand? Yes. This person don't know how to speak English. This person, what the hell is that?
It's what the guru said here.
I learn their language. They don't even know what English is all about. When we see people practicing our tradition, we think that we distance ourselves from them. That is identity crisis. It's identity crisis. Now we're trying to discover who we are. And we're very unique people, wonderful people, beautiful people. And we've lost it. Please calm down, and try to decolonize yourself from what has colonized you. I think we should do that. And I have something to say. I know it's outside what we are saying. In the coming week, for us Biafrans, you know, we are still fighting what is going on. But I want to say something. I'm just saying it by the side. Maybe we'll look into it next week. This coming week, we are going to hear that all platform in IPOB will be getting closed. Every activities, they will tell you to start, that you start getting them closed or shut down. And some of the activities we do. When you ask them, they will say it's from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And when you ask them, they will say it's for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Be warned, that is the next news you are going to hear before the 10th. Every activities, they will start closing it. They will start closing platforms where we have platforms. And I'm not going to go into details until next week. Maybe we'll talk about it, but it's going to come out. Watch it out.
And then there's something else. They will also hear the news about our radio being shut down and all that. There are things going on. There's so much. But we are in the final battle. I want to let us. We are in the final battle. We are winning because we are stepping into Biafra land. Don't forget that our leaders strange things. Believe me, things that are stranger than fiction will begin to happen, and we are in it right now. Sister Ezenwai, can you put up your number? Can you put it?
My number is already there in the screen. Daddy, place it, pin it back again. People are still asking me. As you are looking at me there, you will see the number pinned down on the screen. So
put it in the public chat too. So
okay, no problem. You are not putting on your glasses. You've been squinting the eyes.
I want to say something that the people. I want to say something.
Okay, say something before we have a caller here. But say something. Let's hold on a bit. Yeah.
You see this Biafran flag? There is sun on it. Sun. This sun. I want those people who go to research. Without sun, I think every living thing, both me and everybody, will die.
Yes.
Is true or not?
True. It is true.
And that the son is a black woman.
Thank you.
The son is a woman. The covenant we have the law of the son. And we have Iwana and then Sana. And we govern it with Ofo. Those treaties is very important in the Biafra that we are going to. In that land we are going to. Without that, we will mess everything up. We don't need the sun do not need the noise. Noise maker is the strategy these people use to weaken our land. We are no the water people. 12 o'clock, our place used to be quiet like Europe and like in America, in like Western world. They just confuse us. We started shouting at each other, quarreling and fighting and everything. Our mother, the son, do not like it. The gods and the goddess of our land do not like it. And that is why we are falling apart. Our culture and the tradition is the culture of the sun and the moon and the tales by moonlight. We need to know all these things. All this, I know better than you. I argue with you. I shout. It's not our own ways of life. We are quiet. And when we say yes, it's supposed to be yes. You don't need to confuse people with too much English. Or you say that God tell you, and God is not telling another person. This is what brings us where we are today. You see that Ezinano crossroad, where the road cross for. Ezinano is a crossroad. That is the cross that the people are wearing today. Cross, they crucified this one, and that Ezinano where road is for. Things are happening there. If you can face the sun and remove your shoe, whether you're a pastor, prophet, rabbi, God, or second son of God, if you remove your shoe and stand in the four Ezinano crossroad and look to the sky and put something like a fire or like a candle the smoke will be going there, you say something. Whatever you say there will come to pass, only if your hands are clean. Ebe kolilanya isi n'ọwụwa anyanwụ. This is the song. Ebe kolilanya unu si, olilanya anyị dị n'ọwụwa anyanwụ.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah. Before you go, somebody said that the son is male. No, it's not male, because
they don't know you. The son is a woman.
You call a woman Apunawo. You don't call a woman Apunawo.
It's a woman.
You call a woman Anyanwu. You don't call a man Anyanwu.
It's a woman. All these people are colonial mentality, warrant chief mentality.
Yes. Please, we have a caller if you are done, so we can pick a call.
I am done.
Okay, thank you
when
so much.
When they send me again, I will.
Yeah.
I will
Hello, good evening, and welcome to the program. Hello, my sister.
My wonderful USA women and all women of IBOB worldwide.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All the face of the Lord.
Yeah.
And may God grant us the sense of heart. My wonderful people, I'm so happy for you guys on all the efforts you guys are putting to move this movement forward. I have just one or two things to contribute. One of them is when it comes to the areas of our women. Like you guys are saying, in the realms of the spirit, women are the backbone of Biafra. Women are the one in charge of Biafra. And when you understand this spiritual thing I'm saying now are the Anambra people, the wealth experience is not because of anything except that they understand the secret behind the Biafra. And they respect their women with great honor. They respect their wife with great honor. In return, wealth follows them. Like,
yes.
As that is the secret of Anambra wealth. It's because of the way they respect our women. So being as leaders of Biafra, men in the surface are acting to be our leaders. But behind, if you listen to Mazen Namdekan, he always tell you that the day that our women will rise up for Biafra restoration, Biafra will be here. And very soon, you are going to see our women.
I think your set is on. It's repeating yourself.
That the enemy is trying everything to pull the women down by calling them names, by demoralizing them. But one thing that they don't understand is this: when a woman going through 9 months of childbearing, something have taken place, something have taken shape in the life of that woman. The woman will do everything possible to protect their children. We are women. We are far different from our men, and we do everything possible to restore Biafra. We do everything possible to stop the killing and the pillage of our sons and our daughters, all in the name of one all in the name of one Nigeria. So that being said, get ready. The women are ready. We are going to take this bull by their hand. We are going to raise an altar of restoration. If you read what I have, if you observe what I have got to know concerning God when he left the 10 sons of Jacob and his brother and they migrated down to Biafra land, they did not finish the journey with their siblings in the land of Egypt. They cut it short.
Yes.
And that's a big problem in our Biafra restoration. And until we go back to the drawing board and make a restoration and raise an altar of finishing well. If you look at all the people, men, especially our men, if you look at our women, in Nigeria that you like your children to be like, that you like your child to be like. Let's say let's say to mention but a few. If you look at our women, they always focus on the man.
Yeah.
But if you look at our men, they always get put down halfway. This halfway started when our founding father left the journey in Egypt and diverted down to Biafra land. And that has been affecting us up to date. So we're going to do something about it. That Nnamdi Kanu, like other people that have come before him. And we have to organize and we have to do it fast. To raise an altar and to destroy the spirit behind this halfway doing things in the land of Biafra. Look at all the people that are supposed to have moved things forward in the land of Biafra before us. They all stopped halfway. It is not happening ordinary. There is a spirit behind it. And we have to rise up and we have to deal with that spirit and we have to root it down. So that we'll be able to raise an altar of finishing well, like we are. The Israeli people don't finish, they don't do things halfway. They start things, they end it well. And in this generation of Biafra, we are going to end it well. And Biafra flag shall rise, and nobody, no man, born of a woman, can be able to stand what is coming to them. I say, fear not, for the Lord is with us. I say, fear not, for the hand of the Lord. Though it may tarry, it shall surely come to pass. So this is my contribution. And who are standing in the truth, many have fallen apart. Are you in the number? Nnamdi Kanu is only asking for 100 women, 400 men. Out of how many millions? I want you to be in that number. I love you all, and may the peace of the Lord continue to be with you all. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much. We love you too. We love you too. Please, you tell me how many more calls we will take before we call it a day. Hello? How many more calls are we taking before we call it a day? Because we've been very busy since this morning, and we need to rest. We just need to rest for next week. Yeah, next week is going to be
2 more. We can call it a day.
2 more. We can call it a day. Yeah. Who is talking to us? Are we full now?
Yeah. It is time for our women.
I can see you brought out your things.
It is time for our women to make their children the kings, because it is our mothers. It is our mothers that will make us you know. But they want to make it us the king for a long time. They born us and they abandoning us, and they even sometimes it wakes me when I see my mother going to bow down to statue of Virgin Mary and calling that woman her mother. You see that? All this is time when we call our mothers mama, they call us their children. Let them be our mother instead of going and bowing down to that white statues. That is where we started having inferiority complex, because our mothers themselves, they follow that statue too, instead of them to make a black woman status, so that when the children see the black woman, they know that black woman is something. They make everything inferior. Everything is in our mind. This is the mind, this mindset. They make us, our mothers are calling Mary their mother, and they are calling the Jesus, the statue, their father. This is when the children started having nothing on their brain. Because if you are worshiping what is idol, your mind will be idle. And then they make us to read Bible. How can people who have the brain of cement and the sand, they used to mold those statues, we read book and understand something out of it. So this is, we have to break it. The truth is bitter. It will hurt me. It will not be sweet for my own side. But we want to get something out of it, because what is sweet kills. What is bitter, I can make something good out of it. Our mothers should be proud of themselves. And then they born children and give the children the name that is corresponding with the mother's womb, not with the blood. If I see that a statue of Virgin Mary, I will break it. If I see the statue of that white Jesus, I will break it, because this is why we are worshiping the white people, and we see blacks claim blacks lying against blacks. Blacks wanted to do this just to satisfy the white people. You see that? It is the area the better we started loving ourselves. That dried land, that land where we are running away from, we go there. Everything there belongs to us. The nature there is our nature. The mother nature there is our mother nature. Everything that we are destroying, we are destroying ourselves.
Hold on a bit. I think the battery is. Yeah, hold on a bit. Yeah.
So it's really better.
Hold on
We
a
have
bit.
the mind of our own self. Nobody can school us. Nobody can deceive us. We have everything, whatever we need to go back to our own land. Only we are building houses there, but we are writing it St. Paul, St. Peter, St. Jude, St. Monica, St. Agnes. All this is not our own, and this is taking our lands. And the children go in there and become the region of Mary. Nobody will be region of Udo or region of Edo or region of
Biafra. Origin of Ezewanyi.
Me, I have already there. I'm Ezanowai from Urudenka Kingdom.
Of course.
From all Agua to anywhere I see Urudenka, that is my kingdom. I don't care.
I'm from Aguata too. I'm from Aguata too. Yes.
Where I say it.
Hold on, we have a caller. My battery is going down. Hold on, we'll go into that.
Oh, this is my sister.
Dr. Nelly, before I forget, have I told you that you look like Sweet 16? I'm trying to get your age here. What's going on? You look so young.
That is good enough.
I go on, yeah, make them see. I'll get the under 15 now.
No, you look so young, man.
Yes.
Oh, really? That's good to know.
You look so young. Let me take this call because my battery is going down. I think it's the last
call.
Wow.
Yeah, hold on.
Please, as soon as traditional worker saw Azuka, light up everything about you. I'm like, what is going on? He's getting excited.
Announcer.
Yes.
Yeah, you can say that her voice is somehow. He's been on the Twitter has since how many weeks now? I don't know.
I will deliver the message to Azuka. After delivering the message, I will come back to you. It's the spirit that is doing. Now that I understand. Yeah, kita can understand. Kita can understand why the spirit is pushing the Azuka.
Yeah? Don't take away traditional working from Dr. Nelly. I've been the first. I'm number one. All this
okay.
Okay. I am number one. I don't know what you're saying now. Traditional working. Hold on. Let's listen to our brother, please. Please hold on, please. Hello, good evening and welcome to the program.
Yes.
Yeah, I believe this is the brother. Hold on. This is the brother that had that dream that told us the dream this morning. Are you the one?
Yes.
Yes, are you the one that told us the dream you saw this morning? Hello? I really want him to talk. Let me call him back. It's very important. I want him to repeat that if he was the one.
If he's not the one, next program we will invite that guy.
I think he's the one. He has a dream. I want him to repeat it this morning. We lost him here. I think the battery is gone. So we'll be rounding up very soon. I will get back to him. I don't know if we take one more call.
Uchu a goddess. Uchu is a goddess.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm gonna get Ezekolo na China. Ezekolo is more okay. Like Ezekolo is like Jesus Christ what they're talking about because when they're saying everything in the Bible is in Igbo land is true. Ezekolo is Jesus. And Ezekolo is in China. Everything they talk about the Jesus Christ is He's
back now.
About Ezekolo.
He's back. Yeah, hello. Good evening and welcome to the program. Did you call us this morning? And were you the one that told us you had a dream? Are you the same person? Are you the same person?
Called in the afternoon.
Yes, you said you had a dream. Yes. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. Can we hear you?
I really appreciate what is going on. That the women has risen, but there is something the women has not tried to do. That the spirit is whispering to me. You people need a strong anchor within the coordinators, or the people that have made themselves available, the women that have made themselves available to seek more, to know more about the mother Biafra. Then every information or every history you need to do, or you need to know, or you need to get, very, very available without seeking the help of anybody. You have a true revelation, a true insight, and a true direction on where to go. There is a lady that is really revealing in my spirit, is in Aruchuku. She needs to be contacted because she's a child of the spirit. The spirit of Biafra is in her. She's not listening. I don't know if she's listening to this program or not, but I'm being led to call her, but I've not called her. Now, pertaining our history, from how I've been listening to you people on what you are conversating on, in Aruchuku now, we call our grandmother Yah, and we learn to understand that Yahweh is the name of God. That is the real name of God. Yeah, and we call our grandmother in Aruchuku Abam. Yeah. Then, if you want to greet somebody, like Ka is not really the retonation. It's not the way to say Ka. Oh, Ka. That means age well, age long. So there are a lot of misconceptions that have gone wrong, that our God is not answering us, even if we pray. I came to the land of this Dubai. This is my 4th year. Being that I have not seen my family, I know that there is this supernatural power connected with the Igbos. Igbo, ihe kwuru na-eme isi ka mmiri zo wee mmiri a na-eso isi ka anwụchawa ọ na-acha ọ bụ ihe ekekere anyị n'ime ọchọghị ọchacha ma ọ bụ imere fasting and prayer ime ha maka na ngene ihe Chukwu okike abịa maka nyere n'ime anyị ka o wee bụrụ ihe dị ebe anyị na ya nọ. Ọ na-abụ mmeghe ọnụ la dịsị Chukwu okike abịa ma biko achọrọ m ịhụ ezinụlọ m mara ka ha si dị within a twinkle of a minute m ga-ahụ nwa m na Nigeria hụ ezinụlọ m ebe ọbụla onye ọbụla ụmụ m niile ebe ọbụla ha nọ na ha ncha na afịcha ha mụ na ha ekwucha within a twinkle of a second ma na shetekwa back to the land of UAE. It pleases me that I am with this connection, but how can we go back? How can we go back? OBU taught them, because after my revelation...
Please, can you share that revelation again? Please share it again. People need to hear
it. Something. When you go to the Bible, you're going to read where it says we are the royal priesthood. They are talking about us.
Hello.
That is who we are. Once that's what we do when we do ideology, we speak it out and it comes to pass because we are the royal priesthood. We have power in our tongue. So
I need him to share that dream again. Please, can you share it again? Yeah.
Okay. So it was on 14th of last month, in October. I was in a dream. Although it begins to happen that I didn't start it at the beginning. I saw war in the Biafra land. The Muslims, they were all killing. They came with different weapons. So as we begin to run helter-skelter, we didn't have anything to defend ourselves. But as we were running with a Biafran son together with me, I tried to pick up the gun so that to face the enemy. And I saw that my own brother is now dragging the gun with me and trying to use it against me. So as we begin to drag with the gun, then something whispered to me that the war is over. Immediately, I found myself in another part of Biafran land. I saw a treasure box. What the keyboard bando?
Ark of the
Covenant.
Covenant, yeah.
So it was presented in the gathering of both women and men. Now, everybody begin to look at it, begin to imagine, what kind of treasure it is. It's an ancient treasure. Ancient treasure. So, as we begin to look at it, the box was glittering. As it was glittering, we were looking at it. Then the spirit began to whisper to me that we need to hail Biafra. We need to hail Biafra. So as we begin to say, all hail Biafra, something began to rise up from the box. The box opened. I saw a very beautiful chocolate woman standing, and she began to look at me, and the people begin to smile. But yet, within us looking at the woman, people begin to not receiving her. But I know deep down in my spirit that Biafra has risen. So when they begin to look like, as traditional Mukedi was mentioning, that Mary, people are still bowing down to Mary, the statue of Mary. This is exactly what happened. That many people, they still have these statues in their room, and they begin to go back. And the woman was looking at me, smiling. Her smile shows that they are wasting their time. Biafra has come to stay, and the woman has risen. Why did this woman rise? Because the Umada has risen to take their responsibility. If you have not taken your responsibility, this woman will not, Biafra as a woman, as a mother, will not rise. Because like I said before, there are two things God has used Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the Biafran women, Umada, to do. One thing that God used Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is to remove Islamization in Africa, more especially in Nigeria. And this cord broke in the year 2019, January 1st, 2019. There is a broadcast that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made January 1st, 2019. He made that broadcast before he ordered for 100 men, that there is no men. That as he was doing that, before he did that program, God has removed the spirit of Islamization in Nigeria. What they are doing now is their last fight. Then what God has used people now to do is to elevate the cage spirit of Biafra. I don't know if I'm coming out.
Yeah, you're coming out.
Yeah.
Coming out.
God has used you people to elevate, to rise the spirit of Biafra. So the word all hail Biafra is not just a common phrase. It comes with power. It comes with power. When you say all hail Biafra,
it comes in a woman form. Yeah.
Yes, she's a woman, not even in a woman form. She's a mother.
Okay. I want you to say it yourself. Yeah.
She is I have not seen her before. Everything I'm seeing about Biafra is 100%. God revealed to me in the year 2016 that.
By the way, somebody said they had the same dream. So somebody confirmed they had the same dream.
And they want to restore Biafra. There is a program where we people made. I told you that I prayed. I said, I want to know the state of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the DSS junction. That night he revealed it to me. I saw he's healthy and sound, but he's only worried in the spirit. What is happening and the people he is expecting. My voice is in your program. I believe by confirmation, when he appeared in the court, he was looking well presented and everything. That is a confirmation that the spirit of Biafra is working with us.
Okay.
Now, what you women, Dr. Nelly, my sister Chinwe, and the others, please anchor yourself to seek for true revelation of the movement ahead, because the task ahead of you people are not just by broadcast.
Yeah, I know.
But it's of more spiritual than the physical. You need not to seek knowledge from men, but you need to seek knowledge from the mother Biafra and from the spirit of Biafra, as it's been moved by you people to start this journey.
I don't know if I'm coming out clear.
Loud and clear.
Yes, you're loud and clear.
Yeah.
Secondly, like I said, there is a lady in Biafra land in Aruchuku. She needs, you women need her assistance in this movement. And it is going to be as urgent as possible because as I've been led in my spirit, if Biafra go to war, they will not achieve it. They will lose. So that is the reason why the atonement need to be done, if possible, from now to December. Because anything can happen. Because if anything happens, atonement is not done, Biafra will lose. It will be a great loss.
Yeah,
so
100% right.
Biafra. We need to restore the ancient mark. You need to restore it. You women need to. This is your task. Don't look at anything or criticism or anything. It's not, what you are doing is not a thing of shame. Even the Bible made us to know that the kingdom of God suffered violence. Take it by force. Take it by force. Don't look at anybody. Do what you need to do. Let there be an agent that will be in Biafra land that will seek the real consultation and the right people. You need preaching. You need preaching in this movement for the atonement. You need the elderly people that is of truth for this atonement. And it need to be, as this we learn in my spirit, it need to be done in the night to appease the spirit. Then the rest is success. I will raise my case now.
God bless you. Bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And with this call, we are ending this program today. That is what.
Thank you very much, Nicola.
Yeah,
Okay.
very much. Thank you. Thank you so much. I want to confess, somebody said he had the same dream the man had, and another person said the mother had
the lady that's
on Friday. On Friday too. So we're confirming 3 people now.
Biafra is our woman, is our mother. And I'm here to defeat all the men and to give everything back to our women, our mothers. Everybody wants to have a mother. Yeah. We want our mother too.
Can I add to what the caller said? So I want to let the caller know that we're not going to give up. We are working on the atonement. We would like to make contact with the lady you said. And at the same time, I feel this is an opportunity to let our audience understand that there are so many things we're doing and there are so many obstacles that we are experiencing too. I'm going to make a program where I'll be able to let Biafrans know that even in this process of atonement, in the process of getting the information, my own people, my own flesh and blood, they are duping me. I am, losing money, like in millions of naira. I will address that at the right time. So it is very hurtful. It is very, very hurtful indeed. I will analyze this when the right time comes.
When the right time comes, yeah.
And I will receipt. Every transaction, you print a receipt. It is very, very hurtful, but we are not going back. This atonement is going to be completed. We are working on it. And is helping us. But I need to point out this. People will dupe you. You trust somebody. They say, oh, they're going to do this. They're going to get this investigation, do that. All their care is to dupe you, to hurt you, to try to blackmail you, to try to get information to blackmail you. Still, you are your own flesh and blood. And this is about us. Biafra is about everybody. So, my brother, it would be a good idea if we meet people, get together and do this. But I'm going to tell you that we are making a lot of progress. But I have to point this out. It is very, very important that our people understand what is going on. Understand, I don't live in Biafra land. Everything we do, we count on people. But Chukwu Okike Abiyama has also provided people, real, genuine Biafrans. So even though we experience stumbling blocks, there are genuine Biafrans that are helping to make things happen. And, in no distant time, we'll be in Biafra land. Yeah,
of course.
I have to say that. Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much. Honorable, she's gone. Azuka, please come and say something.
No.
Thank you so much.
what with you nowadays? People that you know.
Traditional market.
With your kenemu.
Okay.
Gary.
My dad now pomo egbeje jogu.
Wow.
That's
Oh,
the name
I'm from that. No more by banyere some na m ga-amata onye wifa. And I'm go me if I'm go onye una. You're welcome. Egbeje jogu.
Okay. Honestly, I'm so happy this afternoon. Honestly, I mean, it's kind of explosive. Yeah. This is cool. And
I say, come and test what we are testing here today.
My God. Honestly, I've not been like full. I kind of watch a glimpse and then go to, but I learned a lot this afternoon. I learned a lot. Like I said, I'm a traditional woman. I like, I used to call myself Mama Africa, Wow. I like traditional stuff, I like Mawu. And my husband, likes
your mother is better than me. Can you imagine? I know that for sure.
But I believe in God. Of course, I believe in God, Honestly, I'm so happy, Dr. Nelly, you are wonderful. Ezewanye. Honestly, oh my God, traditional worker, thank you so much. Kisses, have it again. Oh my goodness. I'm so happy.
This is an eye-opener. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I don't even know how to express this, but I learned a lot, And Biafrans, thank you guys so much for, listening to us. And I want to tell you that don't forget tomorrow. Tomorrow is still sit at home. They extended the election again back tomorrow to Sunday, I guess. But it's not going to happen. Just like, what you guys did today. You made us proud. I always keep staying at home until they release our Onyendu and until Biafra comes. So we're going to get there.
Okay, Biafra is coming. I tell you, let me tell you, I won't prophecy, but Biafra is coming.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yes,
see that they are national.
I know.
You see that they are national. That history of Biafra's flag, son, that woman. It's not far from there.
Yeah.
There's a reason why the kite is going where the smoke is coming out, because it's looking for the mother. We need to know our history, both mights and the legends. I think Biafra is here. Let me declare it now.
Yeah.
You women are the Biafrans. Yeah. And there no voice. You know, anybody who talk bad about our women, we still come back to support the women, because it's the final bus stop. Mazen Nnanna can see this ahead. And the Biafra is already here.
Exactly. When we get to London, we were in London. I told them that Biafra is very close to the airport, trying to enter her place, and that is why we're preparing grounds for her. I know we're gonna get there, and when we get there, we celebrate ourselves. Thank you guys so much. Love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. I think on Monday we're gonna be here again.
Thank you very much.
I'm not sucking quite easily. When I see what you're now, I will suck you. I'm telling you.
I find
Be careful.
Oh, no more now. Na bonus. Oh, no more. I will one.
Yes.
Oh,
really? Wow, that's cool.
Before we end, I don't want to, people may consider me strange and weird to say this, but I'm encouraged to say it by what that brother said. Okay. So please, I'm appealing to all Biafrans. If you know that you have had a visitation, know that the spirit of Biafra have visited you.
Yeah.
Please don't think you're crazy. Don't think you're strange or whatever. You have to welcome it. You have to accept it. And then we would like to hear your experience. We would like to hear what you feel. And then I was discussing with somebody, and then I began to realize that the person's visitation was kind of different from mine. Because when she appeared to that person, she looked a lot more happier. I think she was happier. But initially, like years back, she will come like in anger, like really angry, like so upset. Even some people even saw her eyes were so red. That is the kind of rage. So, and then people that are beginning to see her now, she's more calm and more, a little more peaceful. So please don't take my words. I don't know. You can call me crazy. That's okay. But I'm just if you have a visitation, it will be a good idea to share it. Even if you don't want to share it publicly, you can call Ezenwani Chinwe and discuss your experience. It's going to help us in this journey because she's going to be giving messages to so many of us.
Of course,
especially the young ones, the little ones. We are going to get a lot of insight. So don't look down on it. Don't try to be like, what is this? Don't think, oh, am I going crazy? And they made us to reject ourselves. So initially, if she visits you, you may reject her because you don't know, because we are giving a wrong impression about her. So it depends on how she presents herself to you. But I just want you to welcome, like when you experience the presence of the Holy Spirit, that's how I need you to like welcome her and experience her. And then you will begin to see many things. And if you have any inspiration, you can contact Sister Chinwe. You can share it with us because we know Biafra is here. I want to tell us something. When Biafra comes, we are going to see that we are more spiritual beings than even physical.
Yeah.
Like the father said, that he can decide something to see his family, and then he will find himself seeing his family. That's who we are. That's what the whole world is going to recognize, that these are who we are. Believe me, Biafrans, a time will come when you will be coming in the airport, maybe you're in Europe or somewhere, and somebody stops you and you say you're a Biafran. They'll be like, can you please pray for me? Can you, I've been sick. Can you lay hands on me? Can you pray for me? I'm telling you, it's going to happen. And I think it will even happen in our time, in our own generation. But even if it does, if it starts happening when our children come, if it's going to happen, we are the royal priesthood. We are more spiritual than even physical. Our problem is the same. We've committed so much atrocity. That's because of the demon that is ruling Nigeria. There are powers and principalities. The demon that is ruling the Nigeria, the zoo, is impacting us even more. And that is what is trying to separate us from the love of God. Once we begin to understand who we are, reconcile who we are, and understand who we are, we will realize that we are more spiritual than even physical, because we are who God intends us to be, the original creation. We have not lost it, and we are in our soil. When the time comes, we are going to discover so many things about us. That's what I know, that the next generation, they are going to, I think that's when they are going to get it. We are the ones that will prepare, get it ready for them. We are the ones that will begin to learn who we are. By the time the next generation comes, they will know exactly who they are. They will begin to realize that they are royal priests. They are priests. They can call you Dibia. They can call you whatever. They twisted it and make it look like it's wrong. But I know, like my grandmother can go to the bushes, get leaves. She will make a medicine for people. They will come. She will ask you what is wrong with you. You will tell her. She will tell you, okay, I'm gonna come back, or come back the next day. She already knows what to get together and make some medications for you, because we are spiritual beings. That's what they took away from us. That's what they tried to destroy. But we are going back to who we are. So I just need us to forget about the argument. Forget about what you think you know. Basically, we don't know anything, because these people messed us up. They destroyed us. And they did that because they are fighting God. They know that we are spirit beings. So just forget about what you already know before. Come with an open heart. Know the truth, because the truth shall set us free. If you get a visitation, if the spirit of Biafra visits you, don't resent her. Don't think, what is this? You know, some people will even think it's a demon. No, because they brainwashed us, you know, and she may come in different forms. I think I've made my point. So if it would be a good idea to share your experience, which is going to help us in this journey. Dalon, thank you so much.
Thank you, Thank you so much.
If I do not say that, there are many people will think that the son is a man. No. Or he had a two, or if I had a two one by. Okay,
Tomia.
Oh no. So I'm very much happy. I'm very much happy for this program. And after today's program, I'm encouraging other people, those African Americans. I will go to bring them. I will be discussing with them. Because sometimes it buy with them and buy with Ndibo. For Ndibo now, need the people they need. And sometimes happy here. Come on, guy, may address buy things with them or tag see a mayhem. Abia Agwa na hama wuku ga bo wa hobi. O dey good. I got more otai ga see communicate na communicate.
Yes,
yeah. Our people ga magoda ama. Uno need these people back. No,
we don't have a choice. No, we don't have
to come back.
Yeah, they have to come back. We don't have a choice.
Yeah, they have a choice. They will still be under slavery now. Yeah.
Because about a lot of people mindset. And some young Melodia, when you are Mezuka had the channel, or for the brood the things, or for the will sell out. Because how to confront the truth. You should the only truthful people will reach the place. Other people gonna no krikri, I make a harbor barani moon, come or harbor barat to politician, or harbor barat to any colonial master. But the real people go to the place.
Yeah, this is autopilot. We don't have a choice. The spirit of Biafra is the one directing the affairs. You know, she's the one, because she wants to get her kingdom. She wants to rule. We're going to realize that Biafra is the #1 nation in the world. People may not believe it, but it's a fact and it's the truth. Biafra is greater than every other nation. Some people say, oh, we are from Israel. No, Israel is from us. We are greater. The spirit of Biafra is greater than the spirit of Israel. You know, and I don't owe anybody any apology, because it's the truth. When you realize the truth and you know the truth will set you free. I believe eventually we'll get to that freedom. And that freedom will come to fulfillment, complete fulfillment, after the restoration of Biafra. Our curriculum is going to change. I want to say something. Somebody sent me a message, even though the person duped me, but I'm just going to say this. Somebody sent me a message. That's how they got me. They wrote the message in our Igbo language. I had so much difficulties reading the message they sent to me. It was like so embarrassing that I couldn't even read it. And to me, I believe I know Igbo and I know everything. There was the dots at the end and everything. I kept trying to read it multiple times. I couldn't understand it. I got so angry in the spirit. I was so upset in the spirit. I'm like, this is the language of heaven. Why would anybody deprive me of knowing what this language is? Because with this language, you have a direct connection to our maker, because it's the language of heaven. I'm still going to let our people understand. So not being able to read that in Igbo language grieved my spirit. It made my spirit so I was so upset. I was angry. I was angry at what they did to us. I was angry at my ignorance. I remember growing up, my dad doesn't allow us to speak Igbo language at home because he believes he wants us to be fluent in English. And then when you get to school, they will tell you, don't speak vernacular.
They used to write the names of people that speak vernacular in my school.
Thank you. That's I felt so. It's like what is this? Like
punishment. They will punish you just like the names of noisemakers.
Yeah, that is a tool of the devil. And then that very experience gave me inspiration. It gave me inspiration about what our school curriculum is going to be like. Believe me, in the next 50 years, our children are not going to be anything like us. The next generation are going to know who they are. And I also want to let us know that the Igbo language we know now is not even the real Igbo language. I may sound weird if I say this, but sometimes when I try to pray in the spirit, like when you pray in tongues, when you speak in tongues, pray in tongues, pray in the spirit, you're going to be praying, saying something, and then you will realize that this is actually an Igbo language. So when I realized, I'm like, wow, I know I am speaking Igbo, even though I don't understand that Igbo. But I believe that a time will come. It's not even going to be 50. I believe it's going to happen soon. That our children will begin to tap into that original language. We lost that original language. And if anybody have had this experience that I'm talking about, I would like them to contact Sister Chinwe. When you're praying in the spirit, you will get to the point when you know you're speaking a language that you don't understand. But then you will realize that this is actually an Igbo language. This is who we are. And I believe that by our children will get to that place. Maybe the next generation after us will get to that very place. That's when we realize how spiritual we are. So
if we go into this thing, we will not go. This is something when we get a topic, we will dive into
what we are speaking. What we are speaking now is Igbo Izugbe. What we are speaking is Igbo Izugbe. They make create that Igbo to use it to unify the Igbo people. If Abreba people speak their dialect, you will not understand it. If Agwata people speak their dialect, you will not understand it. Many people still have their original accent, but it is not written in the book. What is written in the book is Igbo Izugbe, which means everybody can write that one and read it. But if I go to my place, what is Ive, what is Ive?
In my own language,
Ihe or Ife, but we call it Ive.
Yeah. Okay, please round up so we can go.
I round up.
I will be leaving you guys now. Please, I have another meeting.
We're already going, all of us.
Somebody asked a question and asked if I'm from Onitsha. No, I'm from Enugu State. I'm not from Onitsha.
Okay, it's okay.
You are our capital. Anambra capital we Enugu. Oh, gamurum. Amwe hamuna Anambra capital oka. Amurum na Anambra capital Enugu. So ekebe hive.
Yes.
Mbologudu na Agwata. Mbologudu na Enugu. Ozaradona Agwata. Ozaradona Enugu. Many towns no na Anambra kanokwa na Enugu ahụ. Ndị ọ na-anaba ya ka wasi wee rigowe n'enu. Maka na nsu ude na nọ n'Enugu were na-agbasa ndị ilo mgbe.
The Igbo language is making us stay together like this. It's so sweet.
Yes.
You can imagine what is going to happen in future.
Yes.
We are going to love each other and be like this. See, because of this language, see the way we don't want to live. But practitioner, we can say your last word. Let's go. We need to go.
Let me can say Dr. Nelly Vechi here. Even these people be divided here. You make eye for each other as under Anambra, Ndi Enugu, Ndi Imo, Ndi Abia, Ndi Ebonyi, Ndi here. But I know of one eastern region before. Motara Mohammed where Enugu from Anambra.
Anybody comes
Anambra capital we Enugu. If we are now so two eastern region after Motara Mohammed kere and okechahana ya nwo. So Fulani people won't need Motara Mohammed Fulani. Onye kele Abia state from Imo state ukwa Fulani people. Even Babangida and all these people,
can you imagine Fulani dividing us after the white man?
Now we have come to realize that I didn't know fever. Even Nihu Abara the Nkano, I don't know, Nkano Enugu State. The deity not there. Uda Kolabo is the same Uda Kolabo no Kwanihu Abara in a Kulobia. Nagwata. We need to know all the names of everything. I know why I'm saying all this. The names of the rivers in our land, all the deities, the names. It's very important for us because one day we will realize that it's the same deity that left from here and go there.
Okay,
it's very important. We need to grab them and bring everything inside the land and the right people down.
From
and
what
then we will know who
you
we
guys are
are.
saying, I've lost what I wanted to say. Yeah, so but
no, I just wanted to say that their strategy divide and conquer. Divide and conquer. That's what they've always done.
Okay.
Every villages and towns in Enugu is from Anambra, and you will still see them in Anambra. Nanka is in Enugu, Nanka is in Anambra. Umudala is somewhere in Enugu. Umudala is also in Nanka, and
but this is a full teaching. You are just throwing it like that. It's not good. So it's a full teaching, a full topic, please. I think we'll be running up today, so we can go and rest. Today we had a long day today. We are going to go off. And before I go,
we are all one. We are all one people. And if we know our history, we will love each other more.
Yes.
Thank you. One of the things I wanted to say, I forgot it. But remember that we've established a Monday sit at home, and now it's taking us to another thing. That Monday sit at home is going to be a significant day in our life. And we want to use that as a means to bring us together to start loving each other. Because I learned that some communities during Monday lockdown, they send money to them, they cook together. I see them on Facebook, they come together to eat as one, for once, for a long time. You know, we don't eat together anymore. We fear everybody. The church is still told us that this one will poison you, this one will poison you. But this lockdown has made some people to come and they cook. Some people in abroad send them money. In communities, they come and they cook and they eat together. I think we're going to, that Monday is going to one day mark a significant day for us that we will begin to be cooking, sending money to communities. They will cook together and eat together. So from there, we will not establish who we are. We start loving one another. It's very important. That Monday that stood out, in this our trying period, when we say sit at home, we didn't tell anybody, automatically that Monday became a public holiday. We are not going to leave it that way. It's a very remarkable day for us.
Supported.
Yes,
I supported that.
And what we should be doing is to be sending money to communities so they can be cooking together. They show us the picture, see all of them cook together so we can start loving one another. This separation is too much. The hatred is too much among us. So we're going to stop it. No, I know together. We're going to do that. It's very important. And secondly, when Dr. Lazy was talking about the visitation of the motherland, the woman, the Biafra, let's call her Biafra for now. I don't know whether that name will change in the future, but the owner of that land. When I used to see her, when I used to be in church praying, you know, I prayed very well, I preached very well. When she normally appeared to, I would be expecting another image like God, Jesus, white to come, but that woman kept coming to me, and I kept binding her. I would say, I thought she was an evil spirit. I binded this woman for several years, and she kept coming until I began to understand what's going on. So when she was saying, don't be scared, some of you maybe you might have been seeing her and you thought it's a demon that is coming to destroy your destiny, take away your money and all stuff like that. Please, we should come back and realize that it's not like that. And secondly, and lastly, I have to say here, our brothers, we are not going anywhere if our brothers are not free. We're not going to be free in Biafra land if our brothers that were sold out into slavery are not safe. We too, we are even slaves in our own land. We are even in bondage, and so they are in bondage. They didn't grow up with us. They didn't have the same mindset with us. When you see them here on this platform, mind the language you use, because these people are vulnerable. You don't know how bitter and angry they are, that they don't know their roots. You don't know how bitter for somebody to lose identity and is looking for identity. Please mind how you talk. Please, everything you say, they take it personal. Well, even the way you look at them. My younger sister married a Black American. When he came, all he was doing is the body language. He was looking at every single person. He wants to misunderstand or understand every body language that we give to him because of that identity problem. So people, when they come here, please mind how you talk, mind how you address them. They are not like us that can take all the bullets you give. They'll be coming here, and I assure you, without them, we go nowhere. I'm telling you, they are very vital in this struggle. Yes. Very, very vital. Without them, we go nowhere. And without this atonement, we go nowhere. So we're going to do it and do it very fast. If you're interested in the atonement, a lot of things are involved. Contact us with this number, then we tell you the part you will play, because we have to do it as fast as possible. Thank you so much, Umo Biafra. That's all I have to say today. And before I go again, I have to appreciate you. Azuka, executive woman. Dr. Nelly, you are like a baby. I just have to tell you that you look the other day you came out, you are not this young. I don't know what you are doing. What happened to tell me the secret? You give me the secret. I'm telling you, I need it. I need it. And as a more diaspora. As a more is in diaspora, can you imagine? So everybody
ududenka word ike number. Iba na-etu ududenka word ike number. Iba na-etu eze corona chena odu ike number.
I will believe in you guys.
The one watching us from YouTube, they need to see you
on. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much.
I'll miss you guys tomorrow. Bye.
We also had to I had to call it a day today. It's been an interesting program. I will have to say bye-bye and God bless you all. I love you.
Can't do this too.